Real Nerds is a proud partner of the Denver Podcast Network. In the shadow of the mountains,
we speak. Coming to you from the X-Axis, it's John of All Trades with your host, John X.
Welcome to this John of All Trades podcast promo. Each Wednesday, I bring you a brand new interview with someone fascinating and ask the question we all ask when we meet someone new. Hey, what do you do? It's fun, informative, and it's the 2017 Westward Reader's Choice Award winner for Best Denver Podcast. iTunes, Stitcher, and johnofalltrades.us.
Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Ed Kramer, CGI artist from Industrial Light and Magic. I worked on the Scarabs from The Mummy, the Rock Monster from Galaxy Quest, and you are listening to the Real Nerds Podcast.
Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast of Denver Pop Culture Con 2020 and beyond. Look at Zach showing his pride.
Showing my pride.
Man, that's a loose shirt, sir.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about your douche flute.
Wait,
oh,
what?
It's my vape. It's charging because I don't want to smoke cigarettes anymore.
10 seconds into the show and have shit all over the
Ryan
man.
is correct, though. It is no better for me than the cigarettes, but...
But do you do it less often than the cigarettes?
I do less often than the cigarettes, so...
I mean, it's just heated up chemicals that you're putting in your lungs.
Is
but
it cheaper?
So is cigarettes.
so is this Diet
So is
Mountain
the
Dew,
air.
except for the heat.
We're getting technical.
Anyways, we're doing something special this week that we have never done in the history of this podcast. It's been going on for a very long time.
Wait, we've never done this before? Ever?
You've never done this before.
Oh, wait, that's
I'm,
right.
I'm talking about the redo, Zach.
Okay,
Why
there
do
we
you
go.
fucking interrupt me like I don't know what I'm doing? I've been on almost 400 of these.
Because I want your love.
This is why they take long, James, by the way.
I
If
know.
people would stop
this
fucking
is why I
interrupting
said
me.
something.
If people would stop interrupting me and let me get through the opening of this fucking show, then we could continue. But no, let me tell you something too, okay?
10, 9, 8. Just start reading off your movies and we'll get done really fast.
So
When I point to you, say your movie.
So, in the very early years of Real Nerds Podcast, in February of 2012, when it was just three of
When I
us.
turned 21.
Oh,
Wow. Man.
You were legal to listen to this podcast
Yes.
finally.
Yes.
it was just Brad, James, and I did our favorite films from 1999. But now it is the 10th year anniversary of a 20th anniversary of 1999. Holy shnikes! And so we're going to redo our lists. Some films on mine have stayed the same. Some have changed. I've reordered things a little bit. And I've learned after listening to the earlier episodes that I've actually become a better podcaster and a better fan of films. I don't like calling myself a critic because I don't think I fit into that mold, because we also have this long-standing things that we will see movies and judge them after we see them instead of just judging films before we see them. So I don't like to think of myself as a critic. I like to think of myself as a film fan, and then I explain why I like films to people. Mm-hmm. So we are going to do our new, redone top films of 1999. So to my left, we have
James.
And
Zach.
And
Brad.
And
Corinne.
all of the real nerds in-house except for Henry. He's still in New York being pretentious.
But he did send a top 5.
He did, and I...
Thanks, Henry.
Yeah. Another reason for redoing this is it allows our new nerds to get in on the year that we did.
Yeah,
way back
Exactly,
when.
because here's a quirk with iTunes is they don't let you go back. They don't let you go back 300 episodes.
Yep.
So our episodes end at 70 something.
That's why you should just buy Android.
Yeah, or you should just.
Because if you just catch a regular RSS feed, I can go back to the beginning.
Or go on the website, right?
Well, for some reason our website won't play it. I tried it today.
That's because on the old architecture, the episodes were like blog posts that didn't have a MP3 player built into it. So eventually, you have to go back to all the old episodes and convert them into episode posts and relink everything. So
wow, we've been doing this so long.
Yeah, remember we just had a Tumblr account?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Remember when
fun.
Tumblr existed?
It still does.
It's still there. I don't know how to log into it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's not for porn anymore. So what the fuck is it for?
For misspelling words? Where's the E in Tumblr? That's all I'm asking.
It's hip and trendy if you leave out some of the vowels.
That is true.
Please have a stand-up career just so you can make that joke. Where's the AE in Tumblr?
Yes. What, buddy?
Only if you finish your vegetables. Don't talk back to me.
Yeah. He's like, no.
He's doing commercials for it already.
By the way,
There's no vegetables
happy
in the
birthday,
Frost
Brad.
household. Hey, thanks.
Happy birthday, Brad.
Cool.
Year older, a year wiser.
I know.
What did you see this week?
What did I see this week?
This is a lead into like, oh yeah, I went and saw Star Trek.
Oh yeah, I just screened Star Trek First Contact in a theater, probably for the first time anywhere in like 20 years.
Cool.
So actually it's 96, so it'd be 23. He was 23 years old. Yeah. It was cool. That movie's awesome.
Yeah, I wish I could have made it. The problem is right now at my job, we're so busy that I get nothing but a bunch of unsavory people that keep me at work for hours.
Why is there so much
Ryan,
crime in Idaho Springs?
I got an idea, Ryan. Why don't you just do your job and arrest all the bad people so that you don't have to do your job anymore?
Well, the problem is so if I arrest somebody, that I actually give myself more work because I have to take away their rights, and then I have to explain why I took away their rights, and I have to transport them. So
And
just
file
do them
an
all
arrest
at once.
report.
Just go house to house
and just pick people up.
All
So
of them.
Minority Report.
Are there human-sized dog cages that you can load into your...
Yeah, in the back of my patrol car, there's a place where I put people where I arrest them.
Yeah.
Just take them
like
to
actual
Denver,
cage?
Yeah.
Bronco Stadium, and just put everybody in there in a bunch of
Yeah, you're gonna need
cages.
you're gonna need more space in the back of your patrol car. You're
Yeah.
gonna need like a
Just leave all the cages in the park,
Yeah,
and
you
then
need like a
come back and get them
U-Haul.
later.
Yeah, so to answer your
26
question,
foot U-Haul.
there really isn't that much crime in Idaho Springs proper from citizens of Idaho Springs. The problem is people stop there on their way to the mountains because it's the first city, and so
I know what to do.
what's that?
Build a wall.
Oh yeah. So then I'll have to arrest them for jumping over the wall. Yeah, that'll be great.
No, if you build a wall, no one can get in Idaho
you're
Springs.
right.
Come on.
I never thought
Yeah.
about that.
Walls have
How do
never
you
been
think
penetrated
walls work,
ever.
Ryan?
That is so true. But yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Kellen
Kellen
can
can
pow through
kapow
walls.
through
Yeah.
the wall.
Kellen did not exist when we first did Filmsplosion in 1999.
How come nobody told Trump that Kellen could kapow
Well,
through
he was
the wall?
there, but he was in your balls.
Yes, that's right. He was he
if
was
we'd known
released
this-
2 years later.
Oh my gosh.
The funniest thing James has ever said. Anyway.
Cool.
All right,
Back to
cool. What do
Filmsplosion.
we do on this Filmsplosion? Yeah,
Yeah.
what are we doing? We're already off
So
the tracks.
Willie will count down our 10 favorite films from 1999.
Yeah, a good year.
Yeah, that's all right.
A great
Not as
year.
good as
Pretty damn
89.
good year.
I'm not that
There's a
impressed
lot
with
of
it.
dramas that came out in '99. Not a lot else.
We avoided Y2K.
It was kind of the last time
I
that...
gotta tell you, Y2K was a big deal.
Yes, it was.
We were worried.
It was kind of a year where Hollywood, thanks to Episode 1, really started to get more into blockbusters, and the mid-range budget movies started to decline.
Totally.
So,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Except
and
two show up
theaters
on my
started
list.
expanding and getting more stadium seating. Which, by the way, Stranger Things season 3, the
It's
theater
so
now,
fucking good. Wait, what?
it's stadium seating in that theater in the mall. Which in
Yeah.
the 80s did they have stadium seating? I don't think so.
Probably not.
I remember Denver West being one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Denver West was like
or it could be
came
like
around
not-
97.
I can't
97.
speak
I
for
saw
the
Especially
80s,
in a
but
mall.
In the 90s, it was not that way.
In a mall, they did not have stadium seating.
Yeah, I think so.
No,
Now
'cause
I got to go back and rewatch that amazing season just to see that scene.
Don't spoil it for me. I haven't seen it.
It's really good.
Yep, it exists.
Cool.
I've seen like 3 episodes. It's good.
It's really good.
I like Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, 99 was a good year.
Yeah, it's all right.
Pretty wonderful.
Yeah, it's all
Not
right.
as good as 89.
No.
I was a junior in high school.
Yep.
We'll talk about it.
I was a senior.
I was 8 years old.
I was 8
I would
years old.
I would ditch gym and go to the movies.
Oh, hey Ryan, do you have a story about sneaking into Star Wars Episode 1 that you want to tell?
I do. But we could. Have I told the story a lot?
No, I've never heard it before.
Okay, so there I was. It was a brisk May morning. Instead of going to school, I decided I was going to go see Star Wars.
Oh, you're a rebel.
Totally. And this is off the heels of
Did you
seeing
already have
Godzilla.
tickets for it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got tickets because my friend Joe's girlfriend at the time, Beverly, worked at the box office at Regal. This is even before you could
That's
buy
fortuitous.
stuff on the internet. Like, there was still Movie Phone. And so she bought Joe and I and her tickets as soon as they went on sale, so we got the first showing. And while we were there, there was a huge line to get in. And we were, I don't know, halfway in. And this is before you had assigned seating. And Beverly had to help set up the theater before she could watch the movie. And they were really far behind. So Beverly said, hey, you guys come in and help us, and we'll let you seat first. And
But you didn't do that, did you? Because that would be too nice of you.
Oh, no, I did. So Joe and
That's a great idea.
So Joe and I helped put popcorn in like the concession stands and brought up cups. And then she said, you can go in the theater. And so we went to the theater, sat like dead center.
Like before everybody else?
Yeah.
Whoa!
And then the people that were waiting in line overnight walked in there going, what the fuck? Who are these fucking guys?
How'd they fucking get in
Yep.
here?
They didn't really say what the fuck, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It was whatever that Star Wars language is. That's what they said it
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
20 years later, you're just hiding in your head.
Ooba.
So yeah, that's my Star Wars
Ooba.
Episode 1 story.
Or Abesh, that's
Man,
what it is.
that's a really good story, right?
Yeah, so, and then I had to sit through the movie. So there was that.
Were people doing the laser pointer thing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that part too, yeah. So thanks for reminding me, Brad. So at the beginning for the crawl, it's telling you what the Phantom Menace is, and these people kept on putting laser pointers at the screen. I think that's a big thing.
Dick bags.
That was a trend in
Yeah.
like 99.
Yeah, it was a trend.
You go to
So-
every movie and some dickhead in the back was using a laser pointer.
Yeah,
in
so
it.
someone was pointing at it, and I said at the top of my lungs in a packed theater, I said, if you don't stop pointing that laser pointer at the screen, me and a bunch of Star Wars nerds are going to kick your ass.
Did you
And it-
stand up and turn around and yell at him?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Yeah,
And
you did.
And
Everybody,
the whole theater cheered.
the whole theater cheered.
Wow.
And they never did it again.
Man,
Ryan was a hero, and he walked out triumphant.
Like this.
they went home and killed themselves.
But actually, that's just, when I went and saw
By pointing the laser pointer in their eye.
when we saw Annabelle Creation or Comes Home. Well, Comes Home.
Right?
Annabelle Comes
I had
Home.
trouble too.
So when Annabelle Comes Home, I saw it, and this couple, one row behind me, and at the end, just wouldn't shut up. They started talking, and then they stopped. I said, "Okay, I'll let it slide." And then me, and they
When
would,
you had Beaker in your crowd?
yeah, and they would. Then the girl would laugh, and I was like, "You know what? Fuck her." So I wrote on there. I said, "Can you please ask these people to quit talking? It's ruining my movie enjoying experience." The lady looked at it. She left. And her manager, like fucking James Bond, like snuck in and sat at the end. And of course they're quiet. I'm like, gosh darn it. And he's going to leave soon. He stayed there for like 4 minutes. And as soon as they heard, blah, 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 he went up there and he's like, blah, 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 and they walked down. They shut up the rest of the movie. It was awesome.
Wait, is the movie called Annabelle Comes Home?
Yes.
Is it the Homeward Bound of Annabelle movies?
No, it's she
It's
comes
Annabelle
home
Homecoming.
She comes
She's
home
like-
to the Warrens' house.
She's
Yeah,
like
she comes
riding
home to
in
the
the
Warren's
car and
house.
she falls out of the van, and then the kid's like, "Oh no, where'd Annabelle go?" And Annabelle has to walk all the way back to the house.
Yes, that's exactly the story.
And Annabelle's voiced by Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, it's the end of Toy Story 1.
Kellen loves Homeward Bound, and I could not stop.
God, I thought you were going to say Annabelle.
No,
All
I couldn't
kids
stop
love-
laughing at the part where they put the mountain lion on the seesaw.
Oh,
that
yeah,
springs
yeah.
it up, and it looks so fake. I was laughing for about 10
awful.
minutes.
It makes sense because all kids love dogs voiced by Don Amici.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The movie's okay.
That scene,
Yeah.
though, where he comes home at the end. So good.
Now when I go to the Alamo and people are talking constantly behind me during the trailers, I get out 3 sheets of paper and write up different sarcastic phrases about how I want them to shut up to give to the servers. So I think the last one was the people behind me don't understand your no talking policy, stuff like that.
Nice. Did they go talk to him?
They usually just kind of stand there, and of course they shut up during the part where the actual Alamo person is there.
No, the manager stood there for a while.
Yeah,
and he waited.
Mine don't stand that long.
I've had it happen twice, and I mean my favorite. I think I've told this before too. Was at the Monster Squad 25th anniversary screening, and oh man, that server did not. She was so mean to those guys. I was so happy that Angel got its wings, and it was a beautiful moment.
We ended up getting somebody kicked out at IT when I went and saw IT up at the but that was because the guy was drunk as shit.
Yeah, I've seen IT 1.5 times in theaters because of that jerk.
Yeah,
I have a question for you though. Denver West, was it owned by Regal at the time?
It used to be called United Artists.
United Artists, right?
Yeah.
But so it wasn't owned by Regal, because I was gonna be they gave you free popcorn willingly, because when I worked there, you gave out popcorn, you got slapped on the wrist hard. So,
well, I guess it's who you know.
Hey,
Zach.
yeah, I guess you know what? Yeah, you know what? You're suave enough to get free popcorn.
I know how to ask. Be like, hey, sup? Sup?
Hey, girl, how you living?
Hey.
Yeah.
Doesn't work as much though nowadays. Now you go to the Landmark Greenwood Village just to do that because you get the free popcorn anyway.
I remember when around that time when I was single and I went to the bank and
you said, give me all the money.
And show off all your money to ladies.
And the lady, I don't know why she asked me for my last name, but she was young and she was attractive, and I said Frost as cool as. And she just looked at me and shook her head and went and got my money. I just needed to.
She's like, not today.
Yep.
No, you didn't, Ryan. You were just like, yep, totally did.
No, you should have seen her look. I knew that went over like a lead balloon, i.e., it didn't float.
Anyway, Filmsplosion 99.
Yeah. Corinne, what's your number 10 film from 1999?
My number 10 film, haven't seen it in years, but this one sequence at the end really stands out in my mind, and I love it a lot. So my number 10, my ringer entry, is Fantasia 2000.
We all know it's impossible to see music, yet many composers have tried to take musical sounds and give them a pictorial meaning.
Walt's original idea was that Fantasia would be a continuing work in progress, and Fantasia 2000 is the realization of that dream.
Now, the first ever full-length animated motion picture, exclusively in IMAX theaters. Walt Disney Pictures is proud to present Fantasia 2000, the IMAX experience. Presenting 7 all-new journeys into the imagination, along with a classic favorite, in a motion picture unlike any other. On January 1st, exclusively in IMAX theaters around the world, Walt Disney Pictures proudly presents Fantasia 2000.
Yeah, incidentally, it came out in 1999. So.
Well, yeah, because you had to have a year to plan for it. It's like Madden football.
It's like Cars.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Beautifully animated.
Yes.
I've still never seen either of the Fantasias.
Really?
Yeah.
If you're really tired, put them on, you'll fall asleep. They're beautifully animated. I'm not going to say that they're not well made. It's just you're watching like Walt Disney's fever dream, and he's if you read Walt Disney's biography, it talks about how that's all he wanted to do. And
like push the boundaries of
animation and music and
synchronicity, like Igor Stravinsky, or Leopold Stokowski being in it. But 2000 is kind of like a re-celebration of that.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Donald Duck thing in it.
I actually love Bohemian Rhapsody segment. I think it's beautifully animated, and that was the first time I ever heard Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, I mean, beautifully.
Or not Bohemian Rhapsody, Rhapsody in Blue.
So, Corinne, why do you like it?
Well, I really just like the Firebird suite there at the end, with the volcano erupting, and then the spring sprite or whatever comes back, and it's very nice. And anyway, when I was a freshman in high school, my band did a field show called Fire and Flight, and the Firebird suite was the last one we did.
Cool.
So it's burned in my brain forever.
That was the first movie I saw at the IMAX Continental, the Colorado Center.
Oh, wow.
That was the very first one. Yeah, it's a good flick.
It's nice to see hand-drawn animation again.
Oh, yeah. I miss it so much all the time. And that's why when you go back and, I mean, you're doing the Miyazaki stuff. When you go back and watch that stuff, you go, oh, man, the artistry is unmatched.
If Disney came out with a hand-drawn animation movie, it could be about poop. It would make money like hotcakes.
It'd be Poop, the loneliest turd of all.
I just hear Walt Disney in his grave going,
I just can't wait to be Poop.
Poop movie.
The Aristocrats.
It's a bold reimagining.
Phil Harris still plays a piece of poo.
So yeah, number 10, Fantasia 2000.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I don't know if that'd be a ringer.
Whatever.
Just like
I don't love it the way I love the other films.
Gotcha. I mean, for me, it wouldn't be a ringer because I mean it's not on my list, but that's just because I think they're. Just because I think they're boring. I think they're beautifully animated, but
for me, it wouldn't be a ringer because I don't like it.
No, it exists, and it's like if you want to watch 2 hours of music in animation, and it's a nice lullaby.
I mean, if you watch it in segments, it's also like tolerable in that respect. I like it as an experience, both Fantasia and Fantasia 2000.
Well, I think Sorcerer's Apprentice is one of Mickey Mouse's greatest moments.
Oh, agreed.
So if you and I love the Donald Duck segment in that one because I'm just a classic Disney character guy, but yep.
Rhapsody in Blue is a good one too. I'm trying to remember. Like there was I can't remember what the first one though is. Oh, it's Beethoven's Symphony No. 5 when it's just like kind of a collage of images.
Yep. But it's always fun to see artists like that flex their creative muscles by drawing.
Is that the beginning of the end for their animation period, too?
No. They did a few more. I mean, I think Princess and the Frog is last traditionally drawn. No, Winnie the Pooh was a last traditionally drawn one, which is a beautiful film. And I don't know.
Sad.
I know. I miss it.
It's been like 10 years since we had a hand-drawn Disney movie.
Yep.
Ryan, get on the phone with Disney. Tell them to do that again.
You're like, yeah, hang on, let me get you somebody. This call has been disconnected. Do that anymore?
Just call up John Lasseter. Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah. Brad? Number 10.
Cool, my turn. My number 10 is South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Once upon a time, a man drew a little mouse. And his animated vision enchanted children of all ages. This summer, that man will be spinning in his grave.
Oh my God, why?
Paramount Pictures and Warner Brothers present South Park.
This is gonna be the best movie ever! Yay!
Invading.
Eric, did you just say the F word?
Did he say the S word?
Young man, did you just say the Q word? We have to get you children off of foul language.
Your theater.
The machinery of the V-chip emits a small shock of electricity whenever an obscenity is uttered.
You're late, Cartman. I had to ride my back here. My behind is killing me. You're behind? I have to stay behind because I get shocked if I say...
Kyle Roslovsky.
This is sweet.
Stan Marsh.
Where do they come up with this stuff?
Eric Cartman.
That movie has walked my fragile little mind.
Kenny McCormick. Chef.
Have you ever heard of the Emancipation Proclamation?
I don't listen to hip-hop.
Satan.
Sex the only thing that matters to you.
Yeah! I love you.
And Big Gay Al.
You big sillies!
on June 30th.
Throw the switch, Mr. Garrison.
Hey, I'm supposed to be anonymous.
It's not just another day in the park.
Son, we accidentally replaced your heart with a baked potato. You have about 3 seconds to live.
South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut.
Tell him we'll have punch and pie. We're not gonna have punch and pie. More people will come if they think we have punch and pie. Ooh, we've got to see this movie, dude.
Went down
Good
one
choice.
spot.
Did it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think it was 9 because I listened
might be
to
right.
it in Hayes.
I didn't keep track of that much. I'm just following my letterbox.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I dropped it one.
Explain yourself.
You know, it's one ranking difference. It doesn't matter that much. But yeah, so it's a filthy movie. But it's a lot of fun, and I have fond memories of going to. I think it was at midnight when I saw it. And I just remember, like the show was dirty.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect how filthy this movie would become.
Yeah.
And I swear, like in my head, I remember things that I thought I saw that aren't actually in the edit of the movie anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there is a different cut of it, or it was so filthy.
or some of the stuff is actually in the show too. So they took some songs like Kyle's Mama's a Bitch, and they redid it for the movie, and that's in the show.
Yeah.
So I think you might be.
But the worst
Maybe.
stuff is stuff like Satan and Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
My God.
I actually. Even before we decided we were going to do this, sorry to all the fans who didn't get to contribute because this is a last-minute thing. The couple days before, I was listening to the soundtrack, and the Satan song up there is brilliant.
It's a Disney song.
Oh, yeah.
It's straight up a Disney song. It's wonderful.
Overall, it's a great musical, too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised it hasn't been adapted for Broadway.
For a long time, I kept saying it was the best musical that had been made in like 20 years.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're that wrong.
No. I mean, now we have things like La La Land, which at least I can say
and Mary Poppins, but
is a serious, is like a serious musical. At the time, I used to say it just so I could really throw shade on all the Chicago fans. But
and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously, they would go on to make the Book of Mormon. So Trey Parker, Matt Stone are great doing musicals, and
that opening scene making fun of Rent is.
Oh yeah,
still great because of the way that it makes fun of the people who are walking out of the movie during that scene. That reversal is so brilliant.
Yeah, it also gave us Blame Canada. Canada was nominated for Oscar for Best Original Song, and Robin Williams got to perform it.
That's right.
So brought about some good stuff.
It's also the same year that Trey Parker and Matt Stone went to the Oscars in dresses and dropped acid.
Oh yeah, that's right. Man.
And they were never invited back.
Yep.
That's a wonderful film. Yeah, it's the Mountain Town song is still one that I sing to myself to this day. It's a wonderful flick. We might be talking about it later.
Stuff can get in your head in that song for sure. And that movie.
Oh, and Uncle Fucker.
Uncle Fucker is great.
That's a masterpiece of literature and songwriting.
Is that the song where it's like, I'm super, thanks for asking? Is that where
that's
that comes
a great
from?
Song too.
That's super gay. No, Uncle Fucker is shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
You're an ass.
But
it's
super
just that both swears they could.
Uncle Fucker. Yes, it's true. Nobody fucks uncles quite like you.
Oh, hi, Kellen.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. I can sing the whole song if you really want me to.
No.
You're the one who fucked your uncle, Uncle Fucker.
No, we want to hear Kellen sing it.
Kellen?
No. My mom's listening.
Zach?
All right, my this is actually going to be. It feels like this is going to be one of my most fun lists. My number 10 is A Ringer. It's a film that I didn't really watch until recently. It's not a great film, but I really, really enjoy it, mainly because of one of its lead performances. My number 10 is House on Haunted Hill.
This Halloween, 6 strangers have been invited to a party. If they can stay up till dawn, they'll win $1 million each. The only catch is that they'll have to live through the night.
Let the games begin.
What's in there? Hey, I think I got something.
Stephen, are you doing this?
No.
Now, see, that's a ringer.
Yeah.
Because that
I
thing...
saw this on the list, and I was like, I remember Zach watching that.
It is not great by any stretch of the imagination.
It's
fun. That's exactly the reason. Like, I love the William Castle version with Vincent Price back in the day.
It's
Like
all right,
that's because his gimmick schlock thing is fun to watch. It's also fun to watch the riff tracks guys make fun of it. I have an ability to meet it on both terms. This one though, one of the reasons I really love it is actually two reasons. One is that Jeffrey Rush is doing a spot-on Vincent Price impression without like drawing too much attention to it. Like it's just like it's kind of just perfect for what it is because he's playing a amusement park impresario. So it's so divorced away from time from Vincent Price that you don't catch it at first. And secondly, I love the design of the house because the original one is kind of just like a flat house that doesn't really have a lot of like character to it. This one, it's like it's literally on a haunted hill, like pushing up to the sky, kind of like a tower in Lord of the Rings or something. I don't necessarily agree with there actually being ghosts in the movie because part of the original's charm is that it's Vincent Price fooling people. And the CGI ghosts don't really hold up whatsoever. But I still have fun with it. I enjoy the haunted house atmosphere about it, and pretty much everybody's solid, doing a fun job in the movie. Like there's not really like a bad actor in the movie.
It's interesting. I watched this really recently because Scream Factory put out a collector's edition,
which I want to get. Yeah.
And it's interesting seeing the dark castle trope built in there. So Joel Silver took William Castle films and decided to make them darker and more eviler.
Right.
And it has that really early 2000s, late 90s vibe where it's heavy metal music and cuts really fast with ghosts and things, people being ripped in half and stuff. And
I don't think it hurts it in this one. It definitely hurts it in 13 Ghosts.
Well,
I do not like 13 Ghosts.
I think character designs of 13 Ghosts is better.
Yes, but I don't really like the movie that much. having seen it recently, because I hadn't watched it before, and I watched it recently, I'm like, this doesn't work for me.
That's when I keep on waiting for Scream Factory to put out.
I would still buy that, though, because I know they'd give it a good treatment.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, House on Haunted Hill 99. What would you do for $1 million? Would you spend a night in a haunted house?
Ooh.
Anyway, James.
That's got a bunch of famous people in it, right?
Yeah, Jeffrey Rush, Famke Janssen.
I control this podcast. James, number 10 film?
Oh, okay. My number 10. So, real quick, what I did was I put together the list without having re-listened to the old episode, and then went back and re-listened to the old episode. And I was really close. There were like 2 movies that I was very disappointed in myself that weren't on my original list, so things have just moved around a little bit, but they're pretty close. So that means that for this list, I don't actually have a ringer. My number 10 is Magnolia.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a line to you from an opera. I want you to give me that line back in the language in which the opera was originally written. And for a bonus $250, you can sing it.
I'm Stanley Spector.
There is the story of a boy genius.
Willa Cather, Thomas Kidd, Jean-Baptiste Clairvoyant,
and the game show host.
I'm Jimmy Gator. Live from Burbank, California, First question for 25. This French playwright and actor joined the Béjart troupe of actors.
And the ex-boy genius.
I'm Quiska Donnie Smith. I used to be smart, now I'm just stupid.
There is the story of the dying man.
I'm Earl Partridge.
I have a son, you know.
You do?
Find him.
I'm Frank T.J. Mackey.
His lost son.
What did he say? Because I am not going to take care of him. What does he want?
And the dying man's wife.
I'm Linda Partridge. I took care of him through this, Alan. What now, then? Me and him. Do you understand? There's no one else. No one else.
The caretaker.
Hello.
I'm Phil Parma. See, this is the scene of the movie where you helped me out.
And there's the story of a mother.
I'm Rose Gator. You come home soon after the show. I love you.
Love you too.
And the daughter.
I'm Claudia Wilson Gator.
Now that I've met you, would you object to never seeing me again?
And the police officer in love.
I'm Officer Jim Curring. My life is very stressful, and I'd hope to have a relationship that is very calm and undemanding and loving. So if you are this person, please leave me a message at box number 82.
And this will all make sense in the end.
I know life is getting shorter. I can't bring myself to set the scene, even when it's approaching torture. I've got my routine.
This is not an easy job. I have to take everything and play it as it lays. Sometimes people need a little help. Sometimes people need to be forgiven. And that is a very tricky thing on my part, making that call. But you can forgive someone, well, that's the tough part. What can we forgive?
Was that unclear?
Kind of.
God.
So
not to be confused with Steel Magnolias, right?
No, which has been on other lists of mine as well.
Yeah.
But I think, or maybe I didn't.
No, I think you
I don't
did.
think
No, maybe you did.
No, I
Maybe-
talked about it.
Yeah, maybe
but
your
I don't
mom
think I
put
did
it on
because
her
of the whole
list.
diabetic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Magnolia, Paul Thomas Anderson. It was the first movie of his that I saw. I was obsessed with it for a while in college, but over time, it's like slowly eked its way down my list because it's one of those that like I probably watched once a month for a year and a half there. Just because, like, from a writing perspective, I thought it was really interesting. And the performances are amazing. Tom Cruise is great. William H. Macy is really fantastic. And the whole sort of structure of that film is just interesting. But it's just not... Now it's not quite as beloved as it was back in the day. Probably because There Will Be Blood sucks. So, yeah.
Here's your milkshake.
Magnolia, number 10. Oil! Ryan?
So my list is... I put a couple of new movies on here, and I dropped 2 off. Just as... Because I feel like I've matured.
You and me, man.
As a film
2
fan.
movies.
And I appreciate some films maybe more now than I appreciated them 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the things I do love about this podcast is I revisit films more often.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, I guess, could even be a ringer, too. As I've had a child, I subject
I really
myself...
hope it's End of Days.
As I've had a child, I sit there and I go, I'll watch this movie because... he wants to watch it, and I love the characters that are in it. So my number 10 is Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas.
Now on video. Be a part of a very special holiday event. Walt Disney presents Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, an all-new full-length movie premiering only on video. Join Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and all your favorite Disney characters in the film that brings home the true meaning of the holiday.
Share the joy of Christmas.
Come along as Mickey and Minnie discover the magic of sharing.
You're all the music I'll ever need.
Donald Duck and his nephews learn the joy of Christmas comes only once a year.
The best day of the year!
And Goofy shows Max
Of course there's a Sammy.
You think?
that with faith and a little trust, dreams do come true.
Merry Christmas, Dad.
All your favorite Disney characters in one big holiday celebration. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Now available only on video.
Wow.
So this is a direct-to-video.
This isn't the one with like Jiminy Cricket or whatever, is it?
No.
The one that's like Christmas Carol? That's
No, it's not
Okay.
that one. So this one is narrated by Kelsey Grammer. And why is that funny?
I don't know, just Kelsey Grammer narrating cartoons. He's not Sideshow Bob.
And it's a Christmas tree, and he goes to different ornaments. And each one is basically an updated take on a Christmas story.
Mhm.
Not like a Christmas story you'll put your eye out, but a classic Christmas one. And so the first one is Huey, Dewey, and Louie create problems on Christmas, and so they wish to have Christmas every day. And they soon learn that getting the same presents and reliving the same thing isn't as important as spending time with your family. The second one is about Max and Goofy, and Pete telling them, well, Santa Claus isn't real. And so Goofy tries to prove to him that Santa Claus is real. So he sets up all these traps, and Max is, hurt. And then they touch on why Max's mom isn't around anymore. And it's really like heartwarming. She died. And,
I figured, but
it's really, really well done. And then of course, Santa does come, and Goofy's proved right. It's a really cute movie.
Does Santa bring him his mom back?
No.
Santa doesn't have that
That
power.
can't happen.
He's not a necromancer. And actually,
he's not a monkey's paw.
Yeah. and the last story is Mickey and Minnie, who play lower middle class people, and they each want to get each other the perfect Christmas.
Wait, how does the Mickey movie communicate that they're lower middle class?
That they don't have a lot of money.
Okay.
And they live in like not a nice home, but they want to get each other like the perfect Christmas gift. So they each trade in something they own.
Oh, Henry.
To get the Christmas
Yeah.
gift. And so they find out that the present that they got each other only works on their most prized possession.
Yeah.
And it brings a tear to my eye. It's really cute. It's really well done. The animation is really good. And I miss Wayne Allwine as Mickey.
I was gonna say, wasn't one of these Christmas compilations? Didn't it also include the original Christmas Carol one that they did with Scrooge McDuck?
So that's a separate release. But
okay, all right. So I didn't know if it was this one.
But they did do a sequel, which isn't quite as good because they go to computer generated models, so it's not hand drawn anymore, and so you lose the
charm
and the expressions a lot. And I mean, even just the Max and Goofy story is really sweet.
Yeah.
And kids don't pick up on that stuff. And I like, even though they made it a little bit for adults, where there's an underlining thing going on here, because Goofy tries so hard to make Max's Christmas the best.
Yeah.
And Max is really sad because he thinks it's stupid. And so Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas.
Man,
you should check it out. It's fun.
I think I've seen it on Netflix.
Oh, it might be. Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I feel like it's been in the queue.
I mean, I have it on Blu-ray, so I don't have to worry about it going away.
I may have to add that to my Christmas collection.
You should. I think you can get it on the Disney Movie Club for like $9.
We can watch it for Christmas in July.
Yeah. No, it's a really cute movie. I recommend everybody see it.
When Christmas comes around, I take all of my Christmas movies out and put them on a separate shelf upstairs so that it's easy to pick
under
through
a big
them.
spotlight for all to see.
Yeah.
Corinne, number 9. So y'all thought I was cold-hearted.
No.
Cold-hearted.
Anyways.
My number 9 film is it's an adaptation. It's kind of one of my least favorite adaptations of one of my favorite authors' least favorite works. So yeah, it's complicated.
Okay.
I mean, it's still really good.
Oh,
it's a good story. It's a good movie. My number 9 is Mansfield Park.
Mariah was married on Saturday, being prepared for matrimony by a hatred of home, by the misery of disappointed affection, and contempt of the man she was to marry. Oh, please. Marriage is indeed a maneuvering business.
For everyone who loved Emma and Sense and Sensibility comes the story Jane Austen loved even more. Fanny Price was a poor relation sent to the estate of her wealthy cousins.
I was told to drop her at the front entrance of Mansfield Park.
Then drop her.
We must prepare ourselves for gross ignorance and a certain vulgarity of manner.
Yes, I'm a wild beast.
It's a world of great luxury where refined manners are the order of the day.
Well, you certainly seem a dreary lot.
She's there to learn the ways of proper society. But this spirited heroine is about to turn the tables on them.
Your entire person is entirely agreeable.
Yes, well, tonight I agree with everyone.
And now, love is about to put everyone to the test.
Which gentleman among you am I to have the pleasure of making love to?
Would that more women were like you.
Edmund loves you, Fanny Price.
Henry Crawford has asked to take your hand in marriage.
Dance like an angel, Fanny Price.
Keep your wig on.
She's delightful. You have created sensations which my heart has never known before.
What's he like?
A rake.
Yes, please.
Miramax Films proudly presents...
I've loved you all my life.
Fanny, you are killing me.
Mansfield Park, a film by Patricia Rosama.
Yeah, Mansfield Park by Jane Austen, because I've never read Northanger Abbey, so Mansfield Park is my least favorite of her 6 novels.
I thought you were saying it was her least favorite of her novels.
No, my
Now
least favorite of hers.
Okay, gotcha.
That
Cool.
I've read.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I have problems with it, but it's still really good. I love Johnny Lee Miller as Edmund, and the whole cast is really talented. I just don't like how they characterize Fanny. Like, she's a little too assertive, and I remember Fanny as being really more demure. That she's very quiet, and doesn't want to like. She wants to be in the background all the time, except for when she's, like, one-on-one with Edmund. And here she's, like, a little bit more outgoing and a little bit more, putting herself forward.
Nobody wants an assertive Fanny.
It just doesn't fit her characterization because, she's constantly been told, since she came to her uncle's house that she does not belong there and that she's lesser than everyone else. So she's not, like, a servant, obviously, but she's still considered, like, a lesser member of the family, and that definitely has a psychological impact on her.
I don't know that I've ever actually seen Mansfield Park.
You should.
Okay.
They had, the BBC did another version with, who's the lady who played Bad Wolf in Rose in Doctor Who?
Oh,
Billy
Rose?
something. Yeah.
Oh, Billy Piper?
Billy Piper, yeah. The BBC did another version with Billy Piper as Fanny.
Cool. Man.
So, but this is still good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I remember the poster very vividly.
I always used to get it confused with Gosford Park and then be disappointed.
I thought it was about Jane Mansfield hanging out in the park.
No.
Cool.
So, that's my number 9.
Awesome. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Brad, your number 9 film?
I guess my new number 9 is Toy Story 2.
It's too fast! How could you even tell what's on?
Too late, I'm in the 40s. Gotta go around the horn. It's faster.
Town area! Wait.
What?
He's stealing Woody.
What?
Somebody do something!
Woody was kidnapped.
Woody once risked his life to save me. I couldn't call myself his friend if I weren't willing to do the same.
I'm pecking you your angry eyes, just in case.
Let's move! Geronimo!
To infinity and beyond!
Don't talk to any toy you don't know!
We'll have to cross.
You're not turning me into a mashed potato.
I may not be a smart dog, but I know what roadkill is.
Drop!
All right, nobody look till I get my cork back in.
It's surged!
I'm officially freaked out now.
What are we gonna do, Buzz?
Use your head.
But I don't want to use my head!
This Thanksgiving, the toys are back in town.
Woody saves the day again!
And just trying to get home.
It isn't a real rescue without Buzz Lightyear.
In one piece.
We've been down this aisle already.
We've never been down this aisle. It's pink!
Back it up, back it up!
I'm tour guide Barbie.
I'm a marriage spot.
I'm going to let go of the wall.
What?
He would. One.
He would.
Two.
Guys!
Three.
Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Toy Story 2.
Ride like the wind, Bullseye!
Fucking Hitler.
Why is this so low on your list, Brad?
I mean, it's a good movie.
You've had 6 years to rethink this.
It's
7,
it's in the
actually.
top 10, you guys.
So?
It's just it's everything above it is just kind of like has its own little like thing that makes it higher.
The movie's title tells you its proper position.
I don't know. I got something else that has a 1 in it, and it's not number 1. So, yeah, Toy Story 2. Surprisingly, like a what are you pointing at?
No, go ahead. Sorry, you just gave us a huge hint. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not being secretive about my list. It's on another episode.
Never mind. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. Toy Story 2 is great. Surprisingly, possibly better than the first Toy Story.
I would agree with
story-wise,
that.
like I Toy Story 1 was fun, but Toy Story 2 with Jesse's story, like it was that point in Pixar's lineage that they started to have real emotional weight to them.
Yeah.
So like they became heartbreaking at that point. So I'll always remember. Toy Story 2 will always be special because of that.
Yeah. Before that, they were artists. And then with Toy Story 2, they became assholes. Like, after Toy Story 2 is when people, like, adults started walking out of the movies and being like, these motherfuckers,
Also, I
they've
just
got to
remember
stop
the
making me cry.
first Toy Story that Woody and Buzz just yell at each other a lot.
Yeah, the original, like, the first Toy Story, A Bug's Life, like, those today are very standard kids' movies with, like, a really good message. They're really well written, but they're, like, standard, good message, well, that kind of thing. Toy Story 2, like, hits you in the gut.
Yeah, like we'll make you really care about these
right.
living toys.
You're gonna bleed.
Yeah.
So good, so good. Yeah,
Zach,
it's a good film. My number 9 is a film that I kind of previewed 2 years ago would be on this list.
You've been thinking about this list a long time, there, buddy.
Well, this is the only one that I knew was going to be on there because I have really fond memories of it. This is also the only film on my list that I saw in the theater in '99. It is a sequel, and it is a little film called Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Do you swing?
Are you kidding, baby? I put the
Grr in Swinger, baby, yeah!
Austin Powers
Crazy, baby, yeah!
is back.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
With the help of the beautiful Felicity Shagwell.
How does that feel, baby?
Lower.
How does that feel, baby?
In a thrilling adventure of intrigue, treachery, love. But Dr. Evil is back, and more evil than ever.
You're gonna cry, huh? Yeah. I'm going to go back to the 60s and steal Austin Powers' No Jerry. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to travel through time. I bid you adieu.
A bombshell with a secret. Robin Swallows.
Swallows. That's an interesting name.
Maiden name's Spitz.
Well, which is it, baby? Spits or swallows?
Dr. Evil, we began a program to clone you. He is exactly like you in every way. 1/8 your size.
I shall call him Mini-Me.
Mini-Me. Something small, something deadly. Mike Myers. Mike Myers.
What are you, some kind of freak?
You mother...
Heather Graham.
Move over, Rover. This chick is taking over.
And Mike Myers.
Surprise, surprise!
In the biggest Austin Powers adventure yet. Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me.
Great plan, Einstein.
All right, zip it.
You can't. Zip.
It's simple.
Subtitle, zip it.
Found this. You know it.
Wow.
So-
the same year as Toy Story 2, the only movie you got to see in theaters was...
Toy Story 2's not on my list.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Because I don't
Who's
watch
Hitler
that.
now?
Yeah, not Brad.
Because I'm not...
Man, first it's Nice Guys, now it's Toy Story.
No, Nice Guys was on my list.
I know, but I'm just saying it's in the wrong spot.
Okay. But no, Austin Powers, The Spider Shag Me is a film that it's not as good as the first one by any stretch of the imagination, because that first one has a great conceit and an execution of a premise that is spot on.
Yeah.
This one is throw in everything but the kitchen sink. However,
fun.
I still laugh my ass off at this film. I think this is the film where Dr. Evil gets like arguably more to do and becomes a much more of a front and center character.
Yeah.
But I actually really like the Austin character and his dilemma of not the mojo thing, but the idea of Vanessa is dead because she's a fembot, which is a great turn at the beginning, and him basically trying to move on and find love with someone else. That Burt Bacharach and Elvis Costello song, I'll Never Fall in Love Again, is fucking wonderful, and I love it.
It did take Austin 35 minutes to move on.
Yeah. But he doesn't. But the whole conceit is that he won't have sex with Felicity Shagwell because he doesn't want to get close to anybody, which he then blames on, I lost my mojo, that's why I can't do it. But like, if you read in between the lines, and then also I really like the whole how we explain that Scott isn't a test tube baby, but he is actually Frau Forbissina's son. And the whole Jerry Springer thing at the beginning is aged but still funny, seeing Mike Myers in his Dr. Evil getup trying to yell out, "You motherfucker," but it keeps getting bleeped, and he's just like jumping at like all the vile people on that show. There's just a lot of fun stuff going on.
Remember when Mike Myers was funny? Not like Bohemian Rhapsody?
No.
You know what? My favorite moment in the film, hands down, though, is when he's in the club.
Bottles full of bub.
No, he's... God damn it. Dancing with that gal who also turns out to be a fembot, and she keeps saying, like, throw different weapons, and he's using her as a human shield. And then at some point she yells, use a bazooka, and the guy's using a bazooka, and Austin Powers just yells at her, why won't you die? And they push out of the window, they're falling, and then he just uses her one more time as a human shield to crash onto the ground. It's a fun flick. I enjoy it. So yeah, Austin Powers, Spider Shag Me. It's a film that my folks should not have taken me to see in the theaters at the age of 8, but they did, and I've loved them ever since for it.
Cool.
James?
My number 9 is almost heart. This is one that's heartbreaking low for me. My number 9, sorry Brad, is Galaxy Quest.
In the far reaches of the galaxy, a civilization is under siege.
We are all that is left.
They've searched the universe for a leader.
Stay tuned for scenes from next week's Galaxy Quest.
Never give up. Never surrender.
He will save us. What they got.
Never give up and never surrender.
Were struggling TV actors.
You are our last hope. Where's my limo?
Okie dokie.
And they're about to put on a command performance 8 million light years away.
We are actors, not astronauts.
You are our protectors.
That was a hell of a thing.
Now,
Laredo, take us out. You gotta move to the right.
Would you sit your ass down? You want to drive this thing?
acting like heroes.
The whole thing was just a misunderstanding.
May not be enough.
They look like little children. Hi, little guy.
Oh, darn. DreamWorks Pictures presents Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, Galaxy Quest.
You're just gonna have to kill him.
We'll go for the mouth, the throat, his vulnerable spots.
spots. It's a rock. It doesn't have any vulnerable spots.
I've never heard of Sorry Brad Galaxy Quest. What's it about?
It's okay. I took it off my list.
Did you really?
No.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I see you wax so poetically about it in the last episode.
Yeah, it's this was one of those those movies that in my family we quoted all the time. It's so brilliant. A really good, play on that whole fandom. So I love it. It's great.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah. Performances are great. Writing is great.
Yep.
I lied before. I saw this one in theaters. It will show up.
Everything
on my
you
list
say is
later.
lies.
Yeah, it did. James, you're beautiful.
And as I got older,
It's true.
that moment when he comes face to face with this question of whether or not acting in general is lying and is that unethical, I was at some point, I'd probably seen the movie 20 times, and at some point I saw that scene and was like, oh fuck. That's rough. So anyway, really good movie.
It's a fun one.
Yep. Right?
My number 9 is a new movie as well. Brad hinted at it last time. My number 9 film is Big Daddy.
New York. If you want to enter the greatest city on earth, first, you have to get by one person.
Shut up! You shut up. Let's go. I'm waiting on you.
Sonny Koufax had an easy job.
You're a toll collector.
Where you going? You want to take me with you?
I guess. And led a simple life.
The delivery guy's like your best friend.
Come back later today. I'll Indian wrestle you. Okay, peace out.
Until the day
You refuse to move on to the next phase of your life.
She wants different things, you know?
his girlfriend dumped him for someone else.
I found someone.
This old guy?
He has a 5-year plan.
What is it? Don't die?
Now, to win her back,
I gotta do something big with my life.
he's getting her a little surprise.
I want you to meet Julian, my son. Our son. I adopted him. Great. Now what?
Now,
You wear a diaper?
Sonny Koufax is finding out
Should I have a nightlight?
Nightlight.
once you adopt a kid,
There you go, all right?
you better give that kid back.
I tried to give him back.
You got to keep him.
Go back to sleep.
I wet my bed.
All right. Nice and dry. No more wetness. Do that thing I taught you the other day. That one touched the ground. That one touched the ground.
Columbia Pictures presents
We stopped serving breakfast at 10:30.
No! Oh, please. Don't cry. Don't cry. You got a Happy Meal? Can we get a Happy Meal?
Will somebody get you to the Happy Meal?
Adam Sandler,
It's gonna be fun. You nervous? Happy Halloween. We got a first timer out here. Do the right thing, buddy. Hang out right here for a second, all right?
Hey, you. What?
Big Daddy,
Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, that's good. Trick or treat. Next year, be prepared, moron.
I have a love for Adam Sandler that I don't think a lot of people have, but I will watch all his films, and I usually have a really good time at all his films.
And that's a good one.
I even made the point to watch Jack and Jill. I'm like, it can't be that bad. When Tradesmart was going out of business and it's 75% off, it was a $2 Blu-ray normally, so I paid 84 cents for it, I think. Jack and Jill's not that bad. And but Big Daddy is Adam Sandler, I think, at his best, where he's really good at playing someone who doesn't want responsibility, but responsibility is thrust upon him, and he plays kind of the lovable man-child, and he's not really overblown in it very much.
I haven't seen it in a while. Jon Stewart's in it, right?
Yeah, Jon Stewart is...
and Joey Lauren Adams.
Yeah, Joey Lauren Adams.
Shit, there's a lot of nice
Oh, no, Rob Schneider, anybody?
What? Yeah. You mean Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo?
Scuba Steve's in it? I just always like that Adam Sandler.
It's a cute movie.
And it's a fun movie.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's... I think it's the first movie, too, where Adam Sandler kind of transcended being an SNL guy.
Because it had like an emotional core to it.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison don't have.
Because he's way more grounded in the film.
Oh, yeah. And, even if you go back to his breakthroughs of Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, those even had these really goofy subplots to them. Whether it's him seeing the penguin when he's drunk or things like that. This one really didn't have moments like that, except maybe Steve Buscemi's character, who's the homeless guy, and he says he's going to buy him a McDonald's.
I remember not liking it until years later, because when I first watched it, it wasn't Sandler that was goofy, so I was turned off by it. But then got older and liked it way more.
Yep.
Like, there's not enough woobly-doo in this movie.
That's exactly what I said as a kid.
But, I've always liked Adam Sandler, and I'll always be an apologist for him.
Yeah.
Corinne, number 8.
My number 8 is a film I was actually watching earlier today. It's a really well-made film. Very kind of obscure. I didn't hear about it until like 2 years ago. My number 8 is Onegin.
Who do what now?
Henry, when'd you get here?
What French film is this?
Excuse you, it's in English, but it's based on a book.
French book?
No, actually, it's Russian. Thank you very much.
Oh, so it's sad and depressing?
Yes.
Everybody dies.
A Russian book based
Nobody
on a French
dies
poem.
at the end.
From a French author, De La Pointe.
I think he was French.
I guess it was written by the Tusk detective.
Yes. Anywho.
But it has Ray Fiennes, Toby Stephens, Liv Tyler, and Lena Headey in it.
Did you say Liv Tyler?
Liv Tyler's
She's
in
the only
it.
one that doesn't fit in that lineup you just gave.
Right.
She actually does a really good job.
No, I like her. I just, she's
Right.
not English.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I guess not. But she does a good job in the movie. So yeah, it's basically a work of literature come to life. I love all the themes and motifs that come up in the movie, and they do a great work of capturing the psychology of Onegin. And
How do you spell that?
Onegin. It's
Okay.
Russian, so
No,
it's weird.
I'm trying to think
Right.
of the word.
Yeah, maybe you've seen it before.
Onegon.
Maybe if I see the
one
poster,
gin.
I'll-
Think one gin every
yeah,
time.
maybe if I see the poster, I'll be, oh yeah, that movie that I've never seen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because it's a love story, but it's tragic, but neither of them die. So, but yeah, there's a really great sequence in the middle where Ray Fiennes, who plays Onegin, and Toby Stephens, who plays Lenski, his friend, they have a duel, and it's really, really well shot.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Pistol duel, sword duel.
Pistol duel.
Okay. Does somebody slap somebody with a glove?
No. No glove slapping, sorry. But yeah, and Ray Fiennes looks great in this movie.
Of course.
Directed by Ray Fiennes' sister.
She did a great job.
Yeah, who knew Linda could direct?
The last scene is also really well done.
Wow.
Which
The last scene. But I think you have to watch the movie. Like, if you
to
just
get to
watch
the
the
last
last
one?
scene out of context, it's like, okay, this is cool, I guess, but I
Yeah.
don't know what the fuck's going on. But yeah, so I think everybody should check it out.
Hell yeah.
I'm fascinated by the Stars put it out with Reicher Entertainment. Remember when Reicher Entertainment was a thing?
No.
No. That's the French division of a Russian film company. Kidding. Brad?
Cool. I'm gonna have to check it
8?
Yeah, so, part of my list is, I have to balance with, how I appreciate movies now versus, remembering back when I saw them in the theater in 99. So this movie probably should not be ahead of Toy Story 2. But before its lead star went all nutso crazy, this movie was pretty badass, and it's called Payback.
I have Mr. Carter on the line.
Put him through.
I have a problem. There's a man in my office with a gun who says that he's going to kill me if we don't pay him back $130,000 that one of our lieutenants stole from him.
70. It's 70. Look. How much is this guy Carter worth to you?
What do you mean?
My money, yes or no?
No.
Not many men know what their life's worth. I do. 70 grand. That's what they took from me. That's what I was gonna get back. They weren't wearing their seatbelts.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Porter.
He said his name was Porter.
Porter? Porter?
Yeah, real Cro-Magnon looking. You're not gonna kill me, are you?
Well, what's his first name? I don't know. You.
No, don't allow me.
You look pretty good for a dead guy.
You were the only good thing in my life that hadn't been taken from me. I couldn't stay away.
You're one hell of a mosquito. To get rid of you, I'll swat you with 130 grand.
It's not 100.
Hey! Perfect. Yes, it's all right. He's just killing my alligator bags and shooting holes in my suit. Man, that's just mean. That's mean, man.
Where have you been?
Evening up the odds a little.
This February,
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
get ready.
Everything working out?
Oh, yeah.
To root for the bad guy.
You are crazy. That's why I love you.
You just signed your own death warrant for $130,000. What is it? The principal or something?
Stop it, I'm getting misty. And tell him it's 70, will you?
Mel Gibson. What do you mean it's only 70? Only 70,000? Hell, my suits are worth more than that. Payback.
Careful, boy. He might bite you back.
Yeah, did he really go that crazy? He just really got drunk and said things he
Hey,
shouldn't have.
we're forgiving him these days.
He's a
It's
dickhead.
getting- yeah.
Well, yeah, no, we know he's an asshole.
He was an alcoholic.
He's not
Everybody-
clinically crazy.
Yeah, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Who are you guys talking about?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, okay.
You seen
Yeah.
Payback?
No.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it was a big deal at the time about its the process of the film. Like, it was still on film then, but they desaturated it by removing the nitrate, so it took on this very blue hue.
Yeah.
It's a really cool story about a guy I haven't seen in a while. I think he's a hitman. Who's owed 30 grand, 80 grand.
It's oh my god. What's the? It's the same movie that's been made 4 different times.
The Payback. Paybacko.
No.
Paybacko.
your boy did it. The bald one who kicks the bottle caps
Statham?
off. Yeah, Statham remade a couple years
Oh,
ago.
yeah,
and made Jennifer Lopez take her top off.
Oh, Parker.
I need to see if you were to what.
Oh, this is Parker?
This is Parker, but done by Mel Gibson. Yeah, it is
I need
an
Brian
adaptation of
Hedgeland,
Parker.
but
Yeah,
he's Brian Hedgeland.
So he's like a muscle, and then
he gets screwed over.
Yeah.
He gets his 80 grand stolen, and that's all he wants is his 80 grand back.
And he kills lots of people.
He kills a lot of people to get to it in really dark ways. And
I've seen that movie forever.
There's a controversy because the Blu-ray you can get now has the ending that they originally shot before they released it, and
by default.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's called the director's cut. Duh.
Yeah.
But the one I prefer is the movie version, which I guess after test screenings, Mel Gibson was like, the ending needs to be more explosive. So they reworked it, and the theatrical version is the one I enjoy, where it is more exciting at the end. Whereas the director's cut, he just kind of goes to a train station and gets into a scuffle, and it just kind of ends. In the theatrical one, the whole apartment blows up. So
that sounds good.
Yeah.
When you search payback film, Parker does show up as the first people also search for.
Yeah, it's part of a book series, right?
Yeah.
That
It
got
is,
adapted.
it is an adaptation of the Parker graphic novels,
along with Point Blank and Get the Gringo.
Sorry, they were books first, but they recently made really good graphic novels. That's what I'm confusing. People have adapted Parker a shit ton of times. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Yeah.
In that assessment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He goes up against the Syndicate. So there's like different levels of guys. He has to get to the top.
Right. Guys can't move in forever.
Yeah. But it's hard because I want to watch the theatrical version, and it's only on DVD.
Oh, they don't put it together on the Blu-ray?
No.
That's stupid.
Yeah. I don't think they do. I have to double check. My copy is actually on HD DVD, so.
Oh, so they probably do have it on the Blu-ray is what you're saying?
It's still funny when you say HD DVD.
It's going to win, man. You wait. You'll
10
see.
10 years later.
Oh, man.
People are going to regret
Did you know
choosing
Blu-rays
Blu-ray.
are 13 years old now?
Happy birthday, Blu-ray.
Crazy.
And I'm already swapping them out.
Happy birthday, PlayStation 3.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're just getting older, but the technology gets more obsolete. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Happy birthday to Wieners and Butts from
Yeah. Wieners and
Is that the
Butts.
sequel to his original special?
Butts and Toilets, yep.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Glad he's changing it up with the titles.
Yeah. Still potty humor. But
It's part of the Butts trilogy.
Yeah.
But hey, man, you got to keep a consistency with your trilogy.
Netflix is still spending way too much money on their stand-up specials. Cool. Good
Zach?
pick.
My number 8 is a film that I watched a lot when I was younger, and I still go back to it every so often when I need a good, like, just solid, like, horror-ish thriller. My number 8 is Sleepy Hollow.
I am Constable Ichabod Crane, sent from New York to investigate murder in Sleepy Hollow.
How much have your superiors explained to you?
Only that the three were slain in open ground, their heads severed from their bodies.
Taken by the Headless Horseman. Taken back to hell.
He rode a giant black steed. To look at him made your blood run cold. Even today, the Western Woods is a haunted place where brave men will not venture.
We have murders in New York without benefit of ghouls and goblins.
You're a long way from New York, Constable.
Is everyone in this village enthralled to superstition?
We have many things to talk about, even in this backward place.
Excuse my manner. I'm not used.
Female company?
Murder! The Horseman's killed again!
The assassin is a man of flesh and blood, and I will discover him.
Are you so certain of everything?
Perhaps there's a bit of a witch in you, Katrina.
Why do you say that?
Because you've bewitched me.
Better than Toy Story 2.
Remember that.
I have more memories rewatching these films that I'm talking about.
Right?
My favorite game is like better than Saving Private Ryan.
Better than Nice Guys. Better than Sleepy Hollow. If I had to pick a Tim Burton film that is solely just like the Tim Burtoniest of them all, like, because like the ones of his I like are not his usual fare, like Ed Wood and Big Fish and Big Eyes are the ones of his that I really enjoy.
Yeah, those
this
are
is the
great.
most Burton-y film that I really like out of his like selection or oeuvre, where it's like clearly his style, clearly his influence all over the place.
Wackadoo.
And yes, wackadoo, black and white spirals, biddly
The
biddly
Hot
bum
Topic
bum bum bum.
subgenre.
And I actually enjoy the way they upend the mythology and the Washington Irving book and turn it into a genuine-ish detective mystery. It's written by Andrew Kevin Walker, the guy who did Seven, and I actually think his draft is not present in the final film, but there's clearly an influence that he had in the formation of this story that we now get. And I like seeing this like large group of acclaimed British actors getting their heads chopped off one by one. It's a fun little sight. Like you could be like, that guy's from Harry Potter, that guy's from Harry Potter, that guy's from Harry Potter, or that guy's in Lord of the Rings, or that one was the Emperor in Star Wars. Like they're all over. It's a one big nerd fest. And I mean everybody's pretty solid in it. Christopher Walken's appearance in it is still strange to me, but I love the look of him where he's got like these like sharpened out teeth and he's just like looks like he just came out of like the devil's womb ready to just bite heads off.
It's super weird.
It's fun, and it's a Hammer horror movie ultimately at the end of the day, like that bright red blood and I like the scene with Michael Gambon getting a fence picket thrown through him and then pulled out of the church. It's over the top and crazy, and I love it. I will say, though, that Blu-ray is a travesty, and Paramount should be fucking ashamed of itself because that transfer looks awful.
Yeah, fuck you, Paramount.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
That and the fact that you won't put out a Friday the 13th movie. What the actual F?
They did. You can get the 8.
Aren't there
no,
enough of them already?
No, a new one. We want a new one, Ryan, remember?
Gotcha.
Anyway, yeah. Number 8, Sleepy Hollow. A fun Tim Burton movie that's all Tim Burton-y and whatnot.
Yeah, Batman Toy Story 2. James?
My number 8 is a movie that wasn't on this list the last time. And it was a shame. My number 8 is Mystery Men.
In a place called Champion City, the forces of good and evil
Captain Amazing. What a surprise.
are about to collide.
Well, we've always been each other's greatest nemesis. Nemesis.
Nemesis.
Now, with the city's one true hero missing,
Captain Amazing is in danger.
Kaboom.
who will step forward
You again. Wannabes.
to answer the call of justice?
Don't mess with the volcano, my man, because I will go Pompeii on your butt.
Oh, golly.
They've been waiting for this moment
The city's in peril, Lucille.
all of their lives.
Butch needs his vest back.
Well, it's my vest, too. I bought it for him.
But now that their time has come,
I'm a superhero, too. What's his power? Excuse me.
they're going to need all the help they can get.
We gotta find a lot of superheroes really quickly. State your name and power.
PMS Avenger. I only work 4 days a month. Is there a problem with that?
No. I am the Waffler. Waffle Man!
Am I too late to try out?
Sorry.
You're in.
Wow, my first mission, and we're gonna rescue Captain Amazing. Here we go.
Universal Pictures presents
We need to talk about your plans.
I'm going to kill you.
Right, that's the part that really doesn't work for me.
a new league of heroes that step to a different beat.
Well, I am a ticking time bomb of fury.
I don't find you threatening at all.
Let's do some carnage.
We're not your classic heroes. We're the other guys.
Mystery Men.
I'm invisible. Can you see me?
Yes.
Wow.
Maybe you should put some shorts on or something if you want to keep fighting evil today.
Yeah, this movie, like, I think as time goes on, this movie might just get better. Especially now, if you go revisit this movie and you're like, holy shit, like, they should make a sequel to it now because it is more prescient than it was at the time. I mean, you'd have to, like, resurrect Claire Filani's career to do that. But
Wow.
still,
You really don't like Mallrats, don't
why
you?
I had to hit her so hard.
Yeah, what did she do to you? She's fucking dead.
She's at home listening to the podcast. What the fuck? I'm in a TV show tomorrow.
James is just bitter about the disappointing results of Beat Joe Black.
Hold on. The last time we did a 1999 episode, we joked about having not seen Keanu Reeves for a long time and thinking he was dead, and his career is booming. So 10 years from now,
funny.
Claire Filani could be the new John
You
Wick.
sent that text message. I was like, what did he do? And I went back. He didn't make movies for 2 years. From 2006 to like 2000 when our podcast happened, is something like he didn't make movies from 2010 to 2012.
Yeah.
So he literally went away.
Yeah, and probably before that, it was stuff like The Lake House, where you're like, who cares, you know? And now he's booming.
I need to go to my lake house.
Yeah. So a few years from now, Claire Filani could be the next Batman. You know?
I'd like that.
Ooh. Yeah.
I like her.
She's fucking dead.
Anyway, Mystery Men is wonderful. If you've never seen it, it is like, it's a superhero spoof movie, but it's wicked smart. It's the best Jeffrey Rush performance of the year. Bah! And
I wasn't like denying that.
and yeah, it's still really brilliant, really funny. I think, especially now seeing some of the way that like the Marvel stuff has gone, like I think it is. It's just a lot more prescient. So people should check it out. And it was a shame that I didn't have it on my list the first time.
I remember
I hope nobody else wanted pizza. This is his 4th piece.
Hey, dude, he's a growing kid.
It's why I bought it, so that people could enjoy it.
Yeah.
I remember liking Kel Mitchell in it.
Yeah.
I think he's fun in it.
Kel of Keenan and Kel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sans
he,
Keenan.
Now, yeah, he dead.
Kel Mitchell?
He's not really dead.
No,
but,
he's not dead.
I mean, he doesn't do anything.
I know. No, he hosts a dog show. It's a show about I'm not joking. I saw this. I will give you the results. It's just like him talking about pets and pet owners and stuff. What? It's on daytime TV. I don't know why. I think he's a dog enthusiast.
Fascinating.
It's all right.
I would watch that.
Oh, and apparently he did like a recent All That reunion because they did the new version
They
of All
did like
That.
an SNL skit where they returned to
Good Burger.
Good Burger, yeah.
That's a fun flick.
Yeah. Right?
This film's actually moved up on my list.
Ooh.
My number 8 is a psychological thriller, Deep Blue Sea.
Tell me, Mr. Franklin, have you ever known anyone with Alzheimer's?
No.
What if you could end all that suffering with a single pill? Give me till Monday morning, 48 hours. I'll give you results that'll skyrocket your stock price.
In the most advanced research facility in the world. Wow.
Beneath its glassy surface, a world of gliding monsters.
A team of specialists is working against the clock
Did someone order the fish?
on an experiment to benefit mankind.
Sharks never show any loss of brain activity as they age.
We're this close to the reactivation of the human brain cell.
But before they can save millions of lives,
Tell me I didn't see that. They recognized that gun.
It's impossible. Sharks do not swim backwards. They can't.
they'll have to find a way to save their own.
Just what the hell did you do to those sharks?
Did you feel something?
Jim and I use gene therapies to increase their brain mass.
What is that?
As a side effect, the sharks got smarter.
Somebody, please, tell me what that is. Go! Go!
I almost made that joke, and then I was like, wait, it might be.
No, of course it's on my list. It's a movie about killer sharks that eat people, and it's fun.
I thought you were talking about the fact that they have Alzheimer's. They're trying to make an Alzheimer's cure. That's why it's a psychological thriller.
No, it's totally stupid. But I sit there and I just watch and go, this is pretty fun. You know, every once in a while I always have films on my list that are just fun to watch, and this is definitely one of them. And I've probably watched this movie more than, maybe the third most of any movie from 1999. And I don't know, it's just awesome. You know, I could do without the LL Cool J rap at the end.
I was just gonna say,
my head is like a shark fin.
Does it arguably have the worst tie-in song of all time?
Probably.
Like,
What about Pitbull's
Deeper-
Africa in
Deeper
Aquaman?
Blue- hey, that was pretty bad, but it wasn't like
Deepest,
like
bluest.
Deepest Bluest is so tied into the movie and self-serious, and like the Toto Africa cover is like stupid and only shows up in one tiny little moment.
Yeah, and the thing is LL Cool J is, I mean, however you feel about him, he's just not good in the film.
And LL Cool J's in the movie. That's also part of why it's like it's really most bad tie-in musical number.
It seems a little unfair because arguably the only good actor in the film is Samuel L. Jackson.
Saffron Burrows.
I think Saffron Burrows. I like Thomas Jane.
Yeah,
Thomas
yes.
Jane, I agree. Yeah, Saffron
The
Burrows. I'd have to
shark?
rewatch it. I don't remember Saffron Burrows' performance that much. I know she
And
gets eaten
Stellan
at the-
Skarsgård's in it. Come on, guys. What else do I need to...
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, what else do I have to sell you on this? Come on.
This was like the all-star cast movie of its day.
It was.
Before the Avengers.
Directed by Cutthroat Island's Rennie Harlan. Come on.
Nightmare 4's Rennie Harlan.
Hey, say what you want about him. He can direct the hell out of action sequences.
He does really good horror action films too. Like I said,
Cutthroat
Nightmare
Island is
4.
underappreciated.
That's all I'm saying. Give Rennie Harlan a job.
That's the thesis
His head
of
is
this
like a
podcast.
shark fin.
Rennie Harlan is the person who should be rebooting the Pirates franchise.
Yes. Where they have to fight sharks.
Okay, yeah, all right, sure.
Deep Blue Caribbean.
I'm not going to go out there and fight sharks. That's my Jack Sparrow. I don't got one.
Wait, I think that
James
was
doesn't
Jason
want that
Statham.
character anymore.
That was Jason Statham playing Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't
Who's
I'd
who's
be
trying
down
not to
with
fight
that
sharks.
idea.
Yeah.
number 7, Corinne?
Cool.
So
Okay.
Number 7, just to clarify for everybody.
Okay. Good job, buddy. I have no idea what he's saying.
Something
Right
about
there.
sitting
Tails
on
and
the butt.
butts.
So just like the 1989 Filmsplosion list, I'm judging all of the movies that I've seen based on a combination of personal preference / nostalgia, overall quality, and cultural significance. So this entry on the list, and I'm weighing the personal preference and nostalgia very heavily since I was 8 years old at the time. No. Relax, James. It's coming later. Don't worry. I don't know what you're talking about, but it'll probably be on the list later. Whatever it is.
I'll die. Anyway, keep going.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
I know.
But this entry is one that I'm not like a huge fan of the movie, and I don't know if I'd say it's aged well, but it's definitely culturally significant. So my number 7 is The Matrix.
Whoa. Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
What is happening to me?
The answer is out there, Neo. It's the question that drives us.
What is the Matrix?
The Matrix is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
They're watching you, Neo.
Human beings are a disease. You are a cancer of this planet. And we are the cure. Get me the hell out of here!
Welcome to the real world.
So you're here to save the world.
So what do you need? Guns. Lots of guns.
No one has ever done anything like this.
That's why it's going to work.
Buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy. Because Kansas is going bye-bye.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
That's not Xenon Girl of the 21st Century at all.
Oh no, sorry.
I mean,
I mean, if you watch it a certain way,
shit.
I guess it is.
I didn't even think of the Disney Channel original
Yeah,
movies.
Johnny Tsunami was this year too.
Oh shit, I should have put those on the list.
Yeah.
I loved Xenon Girl of the 21st Century.
Yeah, I know. I got really excited. I was like, "Holy
Damn.
shit! Are we gonna get to talk about Xenon Girl of the 21st Century?
Are we gonna sing Supernova Girl at the
I,
end
I
of it?
feel like
so
I mean,
good.
don't the movies have to be in the theater for them to be on the list?
No.
Ryan's already
I
proved
guess
that
the
wrong.
Netflix movies.
Yeah, no.
But, eh.
Yep, directed
Oh, well.
video, Mickey.
Yeah, sorry.
But
Well,
anyway.
I didn't even think about the Disney Channel original movies.
Well, good pick, Corinne. Number 7, Brad. I'm just kidding. You want to talk about the
I
Matrix?
mean, I don't really need to talk about the Matrix. I think everything's already been said.
What is the Matrix?
We'll talk about it. No one
You
can
know
know.
what
Do
it
the
is.
Wachowskis know what the Matrix is?
I think I only saw this movie like 5 years ago, so I don't have the nostalgia goggles for it that everybody else does.
I've reconciled with the sequels a lot in the last couple of years.
Yes, you have.
I think this movie is incredible.
I did watch I think it was a video on YouTube recently about how they did that like 360 shot, and it is really interesting.
Yeah,
it's one of the first DVDs, like with all those special features.
I think it's the
that
first
blow your
DVD
mind.
where I noticed special features.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You had to follow the rabbit.
Yeah,
My
the
first-
Easter eggs. Yeah.
My first DVD was actually the episode 1 DVD, which is like still one of the best
Oh, yeah.
DVDs I've ever owned.
I agree,
Like,
100%.
The extras on that thing were incredible. I mean, it was like an appendices level.
Oh,
amount
yeah,
of content.
I agree.
And essentially confessions from George Lucas.
But yeah, the Matrix DVD was awesome. It was that like cardboard boxy one.
Yep.
Like they used to
Snap
do.
case.
Yeah, those
Yep.
were great. So
I still have some movies like that. They're
Yeah?
in the Snapcase ones.
those were good.
So
It's
yeah,
great.
The Matrix.
Maybe we'll talk about it later.
Brad?
Most likely.
Yeah, this movie probably should be under Toy Story 2 as well.
Brad, we criticize your list, not you.
Yeah. You're the one who made the
well,
list. Nobody put you at
this up
gunpoint to
some
do
more.
it.
Well, I'm a dick.
My number 7, still trying to figure out what the mystery is. My number 7 is Mystery Men. Oh, there's no trailer because James said it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you and I? Oh no, you're 7. Mine was 8. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Still,
off, but
comparably.
Yeah.
In the
Cool.
same spot.
yeah,
It's a great movie.
fun movie. I'm probably gonna watch it when I get home because I have not seen it in a long time.
I know.
But yeah, you said everything about it, so
Yeah, I did.
there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Without me having watched it, I can't
Every now
really-
and then, I think like when I'm doing the trash on a Monday night, I think about the junket lady, you know, who keeps telling him junket. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
great.
Fun, subversive. Look at super or super anti-heroes. I guess.
Superheroes,
Yeah.
yeah. It's really Greg Kinnear's the only real anti-hero.
It's fun. Like, yeah, he's the Superman character, but he's not a good
He's
dude.
really a Tony Stark. Like that's kind of what he is,
Yeah.
or a Batman, right? Where he's
No,
because
Tony
all of his
Stark's
stuff is technology based.
Yeah.
You know?
He's very self-promotional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why
well,
it seems
he's got
more Stark
sponsors.
equivalent.
He's kind of like the NASCAR version of Tony Stark,
Which is something you said in your original 99 Filmsplosion.
Probably.
So like Ricky Bobby.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I bet the effects don't hold up though.
Oh,
They're
I'm
pretty
sure
rough
not.
now.
Well, yeah, because there was a lot of like stop motion stuff for some of the like face melting thing, right? Like when they shoot people with that weird ray that makes them go all bleh, like they kind of Oh man, what's that lady from Pee-wee's Big Adventure? The bus driver lady. Like they kind of
Large Marge.
Yeah, they kind of large Marge out, and you're like, ah,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that it does. That's why it needs a good sequel. You know.
Yeah.
Where like one character is their whole chin is constantly replaced with CGI.
I'm trying to think. I think everyone is around still. They could come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeffrey Rush isn't doing anything.
Yeah. Even Greg Kinnear.
Yeah. Greg Kinnear's not doing anything. What happened to him? He's probably dead.
Just ask Kel Mitchell to take time off his dog show. And
Kel Mitchell's not doing anything.
Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
Jenny Garofalo.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller might be expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he's been doing a
but
lot
is
of
he-
indie stuff lately,
is
so he
doing
might be a game.
anything?
He probably direct it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That'd be decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my number 7.
Cool.
Zach?
My number 7 is a repeat. It's Galaxy Quest.
Cool.
Yeah. So this actually I did see in the theater. My folks took it to me, and I was not a Star Trek fan at the time when I was a kid. So like it kind of fell on deaf ears for me.
Sure.
But when I got into middle school and started getting into Star Trek, I revisited this film. And then recently, as I've been rewatching Star Trek Next Generation and redigging my love of Star Trek, this film has become even more fun to watch and think about. I think this is the best Tim Allen movie that isn't an animated film. Because he is great as Buzz Lightyear. It's weird, the movies that I like him in, he plays a spaceman. But yeah.
I don't know.
Oh no, I killed Wilson.
You underestimate Jungle 2 Jungle. The
No,
two is a number.
You see, no, I don't. I don't. But no, I think
See,
he's,
one is the jungle, and the other is New York City.
What's really weird is that the 2 is a number, but it's the first movie. What were they going to call the sequel? Jungle 2 Jungle?
You never saw Jungle Jungle? I mean, it's hard to find, but it's there.
Oh, sorry. Something about Tim Allen.
But his role in the film, and him kind of like reconciling with the fandom and the acting element of his life, it's a fun, like it's just the way they treat it. Like, how do they keep up the lie of it all?
Yeah.
Like, as they're dealing with these actual aliens with their TV personas. And Alan Rickman, the late great Alan Rickman, is amazing in this film. When he cradles the crew member that's a fan and does his catchphrase for him, it is one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen that man do as an actor. And it's the one performance of his that when he died, I thought of like 2 or 3 of them, and that was one of them. The other ones were like Snape and obviously Hans Gruber, but that one always comes to mind.
Yeah.
And the rock monster thing is fun too, as I've gotten older and read into the Star Trek V Final Frontier behind the scenes stuff. So, and I think it's mainly us, like you two, and your passion for it, along with Trek and kind of geeking out over that, has influenced my love of the film over and over again. Like, I still don't own it on DVD or Blu-ray, but like I've been renting it, and now I just bought it on HD. So I'm going to watch it again tonight. So
Yeah. It's brilliant. It's really good.
It's a wonderful film. And Sam Rockwell.
Oh, yeah.
Playing the red shirt from one episode of the show.
Guy, yeah. I mean, there's a number of people in there that I didn't hardly know who they were at the time that are amazing. So, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Number 7?
Yep.
Right? My number 7 is a repeat. It's South Park, which I, of course, did not see at the time, but years later saw and was like, holy shit, this is wicked smart. So
should I have brought punch and pie?
It's also like it was really uncomfortable for me to watch for a number of years there too. There were definitely some scenes that would come up, and I was like, I really hope that like nobody walks in while I'm watching this. But you know, I haven't seen it in a while. I'm curious to know how well it holds up.
You could be like me, and I leave my windows blinds open, and I was watching. What's that movie? Hard Ticket to Hawaii. With my blinds open, and there's a bunch of gratuitous nudity and weird violence. I just don't care anymore.
You love your neighbors. That's why.
Not the worst musical, song.
Yeah.
Anyway,
true. My number 7 isn't a repeat. I like adventure movies. And this movie, I'd say, took away the horror elements of the original and made it an adventure film. And my number 7 is The Mummy.
Where did you get this?
On a dig down in Thebes.
Jonathan, I think you found something.
There is an ancient legend of a place known as the City of the Dead.
We call it the doorway to hell.
Where the earliest pharaohs were said to have hidden the wealth of Egypt.
Are we going into battle?
There's something out there. Something underneath that sand.
They came to uncover its secrets.
Mummies, my good son. This is where they made the mummies.
They sought to unlock its treasure.
And then there was light.
Oh, boy.
What they did
Oh, my God. It does exist.
I think this may be the Book of the Dead.
was unleash a force unlike any the world has ever known.
You must not read from the book!
You have unleashed the creature that we have feared for more than 3,000 years.
Whoa!
He will regenerate and no longer be the undead.
We are in serious trouble.
Do you swim?
If the occasion calls for it.
Trust me! It calls for it!
Universal Pictures invites you.
His powers are growing.
What? This just keeps getting better and better.
To experience the adventure.
It appears he's already chosen his human sacrifice.
That will live forever.
If he turns me into a mummy, you're the first one I'm coming after.
Go!
The Mummy.
Oh, dip! Ryan, The Mummy is my number 6.
Oh, wow. So we can tag team this review.
Tag team.
Tag team review.
The Mummy is also my number 6.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Triple
man.
tag team review.
So this is
the Triforce.
Yeah. So this was the other movie that
Skip
wasn't
over
on
Zach
my
and
list
Brad
last time.
for-
That is an absolute tragedy that I didn't have it on my list.
It's just a fun movie.
It's so good, and I've returned to it so. This might be the movie on this list I've seen the most.
Remember when like Brendan Fraser was good in movies? You go, oh, I can see him as an action star.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think the villain he's fun, not really scary, but you know, the CGI still works pretty well. I watched it recently on Blu-ray. We've had the privilege of interviewing a guy who worked on the film on the special effects, Ed Kramer. You can listen to that interview on realnerdspodcast.com.
A couple times.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I just that's just a fun movie. I like adventure stuff, and it's fun.
It's such an underserved genre that like to have a really really good entry like that I didn't see at the time in theaters because the trailers made it look like it might be scary, and I was little, so we didn't go. But then years later, when we watched it at home, and my whole family was like, "This is awesome!" Like, yeah, there's like a couple of kind of scary bits that when I was 11, 12 might have bothered me, but that's because I was weak.
But it also has he'd do anything for love, and that's why he's coming back. He'd murder people for him.
I'd say Arnold Vosloo is he's not scary, but he's intimidating.
Yeah,
especially some of those scenes where he's like eating people.
He plays it more menacing than Karloff ever did.
That's good. That's a good way.
It's weird. He has kind of like a Lugosi quality to his like face. Like I don't know how to describe it, but I mean, Anyway,
he's good.
Yeah, it's a Mummy. We'll talk about it later.
Movie.
You guys should zoom in on Rachel Weisz in the library stilt scene and see that it is a very masculine person, body double of her trying to perform that stilt trick.
Oh, that's funny.
So check that out.
I know the book she's holding disappears like halfway through the scene.
Wow.
She's like grabbing a book, and then the thing happens, and then the book just disappears.
Man, I'm gonna go home and watch that movie.
Yeah,
the whole thing on the boat is great.
I think it was on Netflix, but it might have fallen off.
No,
recently.
it's off Netflix now.
Yeah, because I watched the second one before it fell off.
Trilogy.
I rewatched the second one a couple
Second
weeks
one's
ago,
fun.
and it's fun.
Yeah,
not as fun as the first one.
Scorpion King is fun. That's Chuck Russell doing whatever he likes to do, and Tomb of the Dragon Emperor makes me cry.
Yep.
Not for Brendan Fraser, just for everything else.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie, and I appreciate. I guess I took it for granted at the time, but for a Mummy movie, it was set during the right era, and not during modern day. Stupid Tom Cruise, piece of shit.
Whoa!
Wow! Wow.
Corinne, Ryan's here. Be careful.
Not
Shots
him.
fired across the bow.
Not Tom Cruise.
Put the knife
but that
away.
version of it.
Yeah,
Stupid.
Tom Cruise version's fun.
No, I think
No.
any kind of movie like that should be set in like
Yep.
1910s, 1920s.
Ryan, welcome to a world of gods and monsters.
No.
I exclude that part.
You're better than I am.
Yeah, I get really drunk and black out during that movie.
starring Tom Cruise and nobody else.
Nope. When that part happens in that one, I fuck around on my phone, and then when it's over, I get back into the movie.
Ryan just puts pieces of paper around everyone but Tom Cruise.
Man, remember when Kurtzman and Orsi were just killing it every movie they
And
made?
then they broke up, and Kurtzman did The Mummy on his own.
That is. Anyway, the 99 Mummy we watched a lot when I was a kid.
Great.
This was one of those we put on like
really great.
rainy Sunday afternoons.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a breezy movie too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours long, but it doesn't feel that long. It
No.
moves by lightning quick.
Totally. And it has a lot of good set pieces
Yeah.
throughout it. Like, it makes for a really good adventure film.
Has a pretty good atmosphere for
Yeah.
a 90s movie.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Like all the mythology of it and
Yeah. Set up a really great universe that deserved a lot better. Because honestly, they should have just Indiana Jonesed it. And
Agreed.
like, they should have made a sequel.
They
that
could have
had
made
nothing to do
him
with
like go against Dracula or something.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's actually the way to do that universe.
Yep.
Yeah.
But whatever.
the Dracula from Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Van Helsing, you murderer!
No. No, not that.
I
movie
like
is-
Van Helsing.
Yeah,
too.
that movie is way more
Van
fun
Helsing
than people
is
give it credit
stupid
for.
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters twice. I dragged my mom to see it in theaters. She was pissed. She left that movie and was like, the fuck is wrong with you kids?
And your mom says, "Yeah, I'll go see that. It has the Logan in it." And
Yeah.
The Logan.
The Logan.
That's how she referred to him at the
That's
time.
totally my mom. She's like, oh, Logan,
She's really
Wolverine's in
ahead.
it? I'll go.
I mean, I'd see it. That dude's handsome as fuck. I
Great
really wanted to
showman,
see
I'll
his
go.
one-man show, but didn't have $500 to go to Pepsi Center to watch it.
He brought a one-man show to the Pepsi.
Fuck yeah, I did.
That's on my Facebook feed was, I think, on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Was people
People
bragging
posting his
about
videos.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Call
That's
that
what happens
Ryan
when you're super
Reynolds.
talented.
Yep.
Brad?
Man, I'm getting hosed here because my number 6 is
Aw.
Galaxy Quest.
Oh.
I said I was sorry.
I don't believe you.
I wasn't.
This movie, like James said, is great. And being a Star Trek fan, I was able to enjoy it without feeling attacked.
Because I'm so tender.
Because it points out some fun things about Star Trek while also being its own good thing.
It's a loving criticism.
Yeah.
Of fandom.
And tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah, the entire Rock Monsters thing is an homage to the failed climax of Star Trek V.
And the whole premise of sort of these actors who had this one thing and they're just sort of stuck there.
Yeah.
That is both true in the real world, but also, it's really a love letter to those poor actors who were, stuck.
Although it does feel, especially in the age we live now, it does feel a little. Actually, no, because the ending they reboot the show. So
I was gonna say,
It exists in that period, but between the two series when those cons were really spinning up,
which does still hold water in terms of how we look at like shows fondly, and then suddenly they do find a revitalization down the line on the internet.
And with the nostalgia craze, that's a good place to mine a sequel from. What happened to the TV show that was supposed to be coming out on Amazon?
Picard?
Oh, I don't know.
We got a picture of it.
No, Galaxy Quest
they
TV
keep
show.
promising it.
No, Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Picard doesn't happen until I see the episode in front of my eyes.
Oh no, that's definitely happening. The poster's badass.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
There's still no
they
show
should write
yet.
an episode.
Yeah.
We have the theory that they could be trolling us.
Yeah.
A lot of marketing going on.
Yeah.
Not a lot of content being generated.
They haven't even filmed an episode.
Yeah. There's an episode of Lock and Key out there. I never saw a poster for it, but there is an episode.
So that's my number 6.
Cool.
Zach,
Good pick.
6?
My number 6 is a film that it's not. I don't think it's my favorite of this filmmaker's work, but it's still one that I rewatched constantly in high school, and it has a fine critique on religion. My number 6 is Dogma.
Is this why I had to come down here this morning, man? Is this why I had to miss my cartoons? You call me, you tell me it's important.
We're going home. Take it, man, and quit leering at me. People are gonna think I just broke up with you.
Two fallen angels have just discovered a loophole that can get them back into heaven.
Outstanding work.
All they have to do is get to Red Bank, New Jersey. There's only one problem.
What are you? What do you want with me?
Stop a couple of angels from entering and thus negating all existence. I hate it when people need it spelled out for them.
Now,
I'm to charge you with a holy crusade.
one person has been chosen to stop them, but she won't have to do it alone.
I'm Jay. This is my hetero life mate, Silent Bob.
You gotta be kidding me.
Prophets, in a manner of speaking.
What about sex?
No sex.
Guys, I guess just don't follow the sky, you know? Oh, that sucks.
What are you?
I was the 13th apostle.
You knew Christ.
No, brother owed me $12. I thought she looked familiar.
Let me guess. The 14th apostle.
We'd like 2 tickets to New Jersey, please.
Jersey's sold out, sir. I suggest you not underestimate the staggering drawing power of the Garden State.
They're successful. You, me, all of this ends in a heartbeat. I feel like Han Solo, you're Chewie, and she's Ben Kenobi.
Prepare to taste God's wrath. Anyone who isn't dead or from another plane of existence would do well to cover their ears right about now.
The whole world's against us, dude. I swear to God.
What's he like?
God? It's got a great sense of humor. Take sex, for example.
Sex is a joke in heaven.
The way I understand it, it's mostly a joke down here, too.
Get it?
That's my number 6 too.
Oh, really? Right on. We're on the same page here.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not better than Toy Story 2, but yeah, it's my number 6.
You know, I this film actually helped me through a hard period in my life in terms of, because I did go to church a lot when I was younger, and
I thought you were going to say with your relationship with poop.
no, oh, that rubber poop monster changed my life, brothers. Because like it just, one of the most prescient things in the film is something that Salma Hayek says, which is, it doesn't matter what you believe in as long as you have faith. My thoughts on religion nowadays are not like, are very like, just, they're not as solidified as they once were when I was a kid. That film though helped me understand how faith can work properly in the strangest of ways, because it is a movie with a rubber poop monster and cursing all over the place, and Jay and Silent Bob, which, when you put those three things into a movie about religion, you don't expect to get a very poignant result, but you do. And it's because Kevin Smith is a wonderfully talented writer and director. One of my favorite scenes of Ben Affleck's career is when him and Matt Damon are in the parking garage and they're talking about The Last Scion, and he unloads all the anger he's had pent up in him since they were in that terminal in Wisconsin. I really, really, really like Jason Lee's performance. I think he is a great bad guy in the movie. Until Ben Affleck becomes your kind of ultimate. He's not really a bad guy. He's more of just like he's just really pissed off. And the scene in the movies.
Well, wanting to end the world, I think, makes you a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, but that scene in the parking lot though shows like he's just really upset because he feels mistreated by the world, by God, somebody who he trusted and loved. It's complicated. And then I liked the scene in the movies corporate room for years.
I actually think that's the best Ben Affleck's ever been in a movie.
Oh, it's pretty wonderful. I don't think it's my favorite performance of his, but you're right. It's definitely one of the best. I mean, I know it's your favorite, but you know what I'm saying.
I believe in this.
Yeah, it's a wonderful flick. Normally Kevin's films tend to go up a little more higher, but this one I haven't rewatched in a while. But I remember it fondly enough that it absolutely was going to be on the list. And George Carlin as the priest is wonderful.
I mean, I wore out my DVD of this because I think the DVD is really packed.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love the commentary on it.
Oh.
You can tell it's been a little edited though, because he mentions that he isn't the biggest fan of what's the name of the lead
Linda
actor?
Fiorentino.
Yeah, he's not the biggest fan, and he says, "I'll tell you why later," and he never tells.
I think it's on the commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the commentary, he says he's going to tell you why he doesn't like her, and he never does. And he's hinted at it before in his talks.
I just assumed she was trouble because
Well-
I've heard that she was trouble on Men in Black. So.
No, yeah, no, I heard she's hard to work with. so.
I heard he really wished he'd gotten Claire Forlani.
Yeah. Probably.
Oh, and Alan Rickman in that one too.
Yeah, Alan Rickman's in it. But I the reason I think it's Affleck's best performance because he's given a lot of meat, and I think he delivers it really well throughout the whole film.
Mhm.
I mean, I love Chasing Amy, and he's great in that too.
Mhm.
But this, he gets to stretch a little bit more, and some of the dialogue is a little over the top, but I think he handles it really well.
Mhm.
And it proves that everybody who doesn't like Affleck is just crazy. If you show them this, or Chasing Amy, he's an amazing actor. So
I agree.
No, I love Dogma.
My favorite delivery of line though actually comes from Jason Lee, where he's just like, "No pleasure, no exquisite sin greater than sensual air. Pick that up." And then his goons pick up the dead woman. I love everything about the film. It's wonderful.
Yep.
Dogma
Good
number
one.
6.
Corinne,
Number 5.
Yeah, number 5.
All right, my number 5 movie I watched a lot as a kid. I love the soundtrack to this movie. My number 5 is Tarzan.
Was it alone?
Yes.
Are you sure?
There are no others.
I said he could stay. That doesn't make him my son.
The end of the Disney Renaissance.
Hey, I wrote a song.
Yeah, I have 2 different versions of that song on my iTunes, so
Yes, you'll be in my heart.
That won the Oscar over Blame Canada.
That's a pretty
Yep.
great song, though.
But Blame
Yeah.
Canada.
But then we got Phil Collins Hill in South Park the TV series. So.
Yeah.
That's
haven't
kinda
seen
what I
that.
was
I don't think
alluding
I've seen
to.
that since theaters, honestly.
it's on Netflix, and I've been meaning to rewatch it.
I'm
But,
sure it'd be on
I
Disney
was-
Plus.
It's okay,
I was-
Corinne. It's number 12 on my list.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking at it today when I was going back over my list, and didn't know Minnie Driver was the voice for Jane. Didn't know Glenn Close was the voice for Kala.
But couldn't avoid Rosie O'Donnell.
No, I definitely knew she was in it. Also, the sexy president from Scandal is the voice for Tarzan.
You with the trash?
Who knew?
Yeah, no, I
And
think
Brian frickin' Blessed is Clayton?
the animation of that film is pretty amazing.
I love the vibrant, like how vibrant the colors are. Like the
Yeah.
blue in his eyes, just like.
Yeah, it's not one of my favorite Disney films, but it's not like
It's not poorly made by any means.
no, it's really well made. I've always been meaning to put the list of my Disney films and how I enjoy them. It's one of those films that's really fun, and I think it's beautifully animated. I just don't know how I feel about it, if that makes any sense at all. It's somewhere in the middle for me.
Mhm.
But it's a movie I can put on and enjoy. Like I said, the animation is top rate. Love that movie.
It's just because you really love Greystroke, The Legend of Tarzan from 1980s.
Yes, that's the one that really holds it back for me.
Exactly.
I mean, I remember watching the Disney Channel, and they were going over, like, they had those little segments in between the shows of,
Yeah.
like, here,
Yeah.
we're going to take you inside the movie, and they were showing how they designed like his movement through the trees was based on like skateboarders and snowboarders or surfers or
I always
something
wanted to
like
be
that.
one of those kid correspondents who's hung out at like Disney World, and
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to go into the art of animation, and we're going to show how to make Tarzan.
We're going to go talk to the Imagineers about the new Yeti in Disney World.
Yeah, I think this movie has like Ryan was saying, it's
Wow.
beautifully animated, and I think it has a very talented voice cast. Minus Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Even then, she's okay.
I handed you that copy,
Just a
Brian,
little
because I can't believe I have it in my
much.
library too.
I think that the Disneyland attraction's really lame.
Oh, the house?
Yeah, where they turn the
Oh yeah, it should
Swiss
still be
Family
Swiss
Robinson
Family
house.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Never
But they
been
should
to
have. It was
Disneyland.
like that movie with that. If they're gonna do something from that movie at Disneyland, is like ripe for a roller coaster. You know, swinging
yeah.
through trees and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and
It should be like a bungee cord thing
or
that you
soaring,
Yeah.
like the soaring kind
Oh,
of.
yeah.
Yeah. We could be Imagineers.
Totally.
I haven't seen it since I saw it in the
I
theater.
think it's
so
also
I don't
pretty
remember.
dark. Like the whole
yeah.
opening where like his family, like they land on the shore and then they make their house and then the leopard kills them and he's found by Kala and then later, at the end of the movie, Clayton basically hangs himself.
Yeah.
It's like, geez, this is so fucking dark.
And then Christoph Waltz gets eaten by that alligator.
No, that's
Nope,
the Legend
that's
of
the
the
wrong one.
Tarzan,
Oh.
and it was actually really good.
I know.
Despite what we thought it was going to be.
It was really fun.
I want to go back and listen to that episode because I believe I was just like, I can't believe this was great.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, good pick.
Yeah.
It was great.
Number 5, Brad.
My number 5 is a movie that I think either came out in 97 or 98, but the Esquire showed it in 99, and that's when I saw it, and that was Princess Mononoke.
In a time when gods walk the earth, an epic battle rages between the encroaching civilization of man and the gods of the forest.
When the forest has been cleared and the wolves wiped out, this place will be the richest land in the world.
Now, the fate of the world rests on the courage of one fearless princess
I'm not afraid to die, and I would do anything to get the humans out of here.
and one brave warrior.
You fight like a demon, boy. Like something possessed.
What exactly are you here for?
To see with eyes unclouded by hate.
Now watch closely, everyone. I'm going to show you how to kill a god. Fire!
It will be a battle the humans will never forget. Gillian Anderson, Billy Crudup, Claire Danes, Minnie Driver, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Billy Bob Thornton.
You cannot alter your fate, however. You can rise to meet it if you choose.
Princess Mononoke.
Sorry. I got really excited.
Got some Princess Mononoke fans in the house right here.
This is my next one on the film or on the Catching the
This
Miyazaki
week
classics.
on Catching the Classics.
Yep. Yeah, this movie's great. The animation's beautiful. The story's beautiful. It was like one of the first animation movies that, there wasn't really a specific villain. Like, everyone kind of had their faults.
Yeah, it has antagonists, not villains.
Yeah, antagonists. Like, the only real hero is nature, I guess. So, great message, great story, great animation. So, that's why it's number 5.
And I think it's Miyazaki's best movie.
Yeah, I'd say that. I'd agree.
I like Spirited Away a lot.
Yeah, it's right up there. Those
Well,
two are
when
like...
you do your list, you can...
Yeah! Yeah, you do your own Catching the Miyazaki classic.
Fine, I fucking will.
Cool.
Yes, Brad is totally right. Should have been number 1.
Zach?
So my number 5 is a movie by James's least favorite person. It is a movie with Nicholas
Zach Eastman.
Oh no, I didn't make a movie in '99. Second worst person ever. It's a movie with Nicolas Cage, Ving Rhames, Patricia Arquette, And it stars its director as the intercom voice in an ambulance.
Oh man, I think this would be my 42nd favorite film of the year.
Well, that's wrong because it's a good movie. My number 5 is Bringing Out the Dead.
Oh, okay. That was what I was thinking.
6 too young is here, baby. And I'm gonna take care of you.
Thursday started out with a bang. Heat, humidity, moonlight, all the elements in place for a long weekend. I was good at my job. There were periods when my hands moved with the speed and skill beyond me.
How long have you been doing this?
5 years.
Wow, you must have seen some things, huh?
But in the last year, I'd started to lose that control. I've been seeing the ghosts.
You ever notice people who see things are always crazy? Mm-hmm.
I just needed a few slow nights, followed by a couple of days off.
There's a double shooting, 41st and 8th.
What happened to chest pain, difficulty breathing, fractured hands?
Don't even slow down, just keep on moving.
Nobody loves me, Chris.
You have the power, Jesus, to spare this worthless man. Rise up! I'll be begging!
Damn, you guys are good.
I'm on my way out. Anytime now.
Nobody gets fired, son. Look at me.
You swore that you'd fire me if I came in late again. You swore.
I'll fire you tomorrow.
My old man's a bus driver, mom a nurse. Sort of born to it, I guess.
Rule number 1, don't get involved with patients' daughters, you understand?
Our mission to save lives.
Blast off!
Help others and you help yourself. That was my motto. I understood how crazy it was to think this way. Then something good will happen. Everything just glows.
Here's to the greatest job in the world.
Frank! Are you okay?
Never felt better in my life. How are you?
I'm good. Good.
I'm so lost.
Okay, say it one more time. Kellen talked over you.
Oh, my number 5 is Bringing Out the Dead.
Okay.
I can't edit that out.
I think Ryan did that intentionally.
Bringing Out the Dead is a film by Martin, Please Love Me, James Scorsese.
Oh.
And written by Paul. Do you like Paul Schrader? Schrader.
That's G movie.
What did he say? That's G movie?
No, that's a shitty movie.
Oh. Well,
if Kellen said it, it's true.
See, audiences in 1999 said the same thing, and they're wrong.
And yet somehow it beat out Toy Story 2 on your list.
Kellen, how do you feel about Toy Story 2? Do you like a Toy Story movie?
Oh, yeah, I like the rain part.
Yeah.
He's talking about Toy Story 4 when he's talking to Bo Beep in the rain.
Yeah.
That was a good scene.
Yeah, good job, buddy. You know what a good movie is.
Unlike
Go on,
Zach.
Zach.
Anyway, Bringing Out the Dead is a film about Nicolas Cage plays an ambulance driver who is. It basically goes through 3 days of him working the graveyard shift for in New York City, picking up people who are hurt and taking them to the hospital or trying to save their lives. And he's haunted by someone he couldn't save.
Wait, sorry, what city is it set in?
New York City.
Oh, okay.
Because it's Martin Scorsese. And he's haunted by the spirit of a person who he couldn't save. And he is going through a big old crisis in his head because he feels like he can't save anybody since that. And it's basically a Martin Scorsese horror movie. It's almost like Martin Scorsese made a Val Lewton horror movie and then kind of mixed it a little bit with some 60s and 70s counterculture. It's the last Scorsese film where he gets to do something a little bit more small scale and intimate, because after this he goes big and broad. Like Silence is a really good character piece, but it also is like very vast.
Huge, yeah.
This one is very much blocks of the neighborhood, fast and intense and experimental to a small degree in terms of its cinematography. John Goodman's in it too. He's wonderful in the film. Ving Rhames has hair in the film, so that's interesting. There's actually a kind of an element that, like, it's weird. I think this might be a Scorsese you might enjoy. I don't know. There is an element in Silence that is also present in this film, in the idea of a person who keeps reappearing, and how he is treated each time kind of determines where the story goes to a certain degree.
Are all the characters in the movie pieces of shit that I'm supposed to think are cool but aren't?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
Not all. I
think
think Nicolas Cage is much more likable in the film than you'd expect.
Cool. Okay.
Because the first time I saw it, I didn't really pay much attention to it as like I thought it was lesser Scorsese. I rewatched it this week and immediately went up to my list because I was just like, this is way better than I remember it being. And like I said, it's like he made a Val Lewton horror movie and. There's like actual scenes of like horror filmmaking in it that like don't make it a horror film, but like make it striking and like beautiful to watch. And I think if I'm thinking of screenplays that Paul Schrader's wrote, I like Taxi Driver, but this is a close second. So yeah, Bringing Out the Dead. It's one of many films on my list this year where you can't get it on Blu-ray. So
sure.
Go find it on Prime because that's the only way you're seeing it on a 1080p.
Is Nicolas Cage more of a dead body protector?
You know, it's funny though. This is the midpoint between Crazy Cage and Super Crazy Cage. Like it just, he's modulated in the film, but by the end of the film, he is in Crazy Cage mode. So if you want to see Crazy Cage, you got there. Okay, that's it. My number 5.
I'm waiting for really long.
Okay, do it. He's trying to do Okay, ready, go.
It's like I just can't calm down enough. Do it.
This is what I think, Zach, and then make a fart noise.
It's fine. You sound like your Uncle James. Never getting Scorsese a chance.
James, number 5.
Yeah, my number 5 is a fantastic comedy that dominated my life for probably like at least 3 or 4 years after I finally saw it. My number 5 is Office Space.
From Mike Judge, creator of Beavis and Butthead and co-creator of King of the Hill, comes a movie about people who go to work. Who are part of a team.
And remember, next Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day.
Okay, if I could set the building on fire.
Who respect their boss.
We need to talk about your flair.
Well, I have 15 pieces on.
15 is the minimum. Brian, for example, has 37 pieces of flair on today. And a terrific smile.
And need to escape.
I don't like my job, and I don't think I'm gonna go anymore.
One of these days, I just kick this piece of...
I'm thinking now it might be more fun to just get fired. And I've always wondered what that would take.
Oh, Peter, listen.
Well, it looks like you've been missing quite a bit of work lately.
Well, I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
That's just a straight shooter with upper management written all over him.
We're going to be getting rid of these people here. Mr. Samir, okay. Not going to work here anymore anyway.
You haven't been showing up and you get to keep your job.
I'm being...
You haven't been...
Bob.
This is a suck.
They're gonna throw you out on the street so that Bill Lumberg's stock will go up.
Ooh.
It's completely unfair. Anitech deserves to go down.
We're just the guys to do it. Tell me about that virus you're always talking about. The one that could rip off the company for a bunch of money.
I'm not going to do anything illegal, Peter.
Illegal? Samir, this is America. The worst they're gonna do is they put you in a white-collar minimum security resort for a couple of months. You know they have conjugal visits there?
I might be showing them my old face.
Oh.
They let you have sex with women?
They sure do.
Okay, I'll do it.
Office Space.
I know you've been getting pretty depressed about your job and everything, and so I just wanted to tell you, good things can happen in this world. I mean, look at me.
This was one that, like, in my group of friends, when we all saw this, we were in love with it and quoting it for a really long time. I still think this movie is brilliant, and it's kind of it's one of those like warm blanket comedies now where like I can put it. It's almost like watching. Ironically, it's almost like watching an episode of The Office where it's like I can just throw it on and know I will be entertained and have a good time. And like, even though I know every single joke by heart in the movie, it's just comfortable. And it was one that I thought was really smart at the time and really enjoyed. And yeah.
Yeah, if you could just stop talking, that'd be great.
Why should I change my name? He's the one that sucks.
I've only ever seen it once
Yeah.
when I was in college because we had a thing at my scholarship hall called Office Space where at the end of the year we'd take out all the things that didn't work and go smash them in the parking lot. It was great.
That's cool.
Maybe
Man.
the best thing that came out of that movie.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't really care.
I
don't have an opinion. Uh-oh.
I really love it.
What happened?
Jennifer Aniston.
He like knocked over something.
You just trip? Okay. Yeah, he's fine. I know what he's doing.
Wow. So that's my number 5. Ryan, your number 5.
My number 5 is a movie that was on my list the last time. As I celebrated this actor's filmography, I grew a new appreciation for this film I never knew existed. And it's a difficult film to watch. It's long. It is this director's last film. And this film is Eyes Wide Shut.
But is it a horror movie? Oh wait, no, that's a Shining. Never mind.
Maybe,
but yeah,
I don't know. It's
a good film. I just haven't watched it in a while.
It's weird.
Yeah,
and when I watched it recently for my Tom Cruise, I'm going to watch all his films. It's one of the last ones I watched because I remember seeing it in theaters and going, "This isn't the Tom Cruise I like." And
he's not really likable in the movie.
I think he runs a lot in this movie actually.
Okay.
So it's just a movie that's so bizarre and so weird that I appreciate it so much more on the craft level. And he's really good in it, and he takes you on a journey that's really bizarre. I mean, the whole story is he's trying to get into this orgy, and when he gets there, he finds out like the rich people are really corrupt and murder people, or do they? It's really bizarre. There's lots of boobs in this movie.
There's lots of boobs in the movie.
Yep. And Nicole Kidman plays his wife, and his marriage is like collapsing. Stop it, dude. Gosh. And it's just a really interesting character study. And then at the end, I don't know if everything's fake in it, but you find out that the girl is still alive. It's really bizarre.
It's a movie that I've only seen twice, and I shouldn't. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I should go revisit it, but it's Kubrick's last film, and he spent a lot of time on this fucking movie, a lot of fucking time.
Yeah.
So much so that when he died, some people thought the production kind of killed him or kind of wore him out.
And I know Tom Cruise had to step out. I forget what movie, but he couldn't do another movie because it took so long to film this.
It's something big. I do remember that. I just don't remember the name of it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's obviously not Kubrick. I go back to that often. As I said, I've only seen.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
If I watched it again recently, I might have put it on the list. But
it's a new appreciation for it. Watching it because Tom Cruise is really good in it.
I'm surprised you put it as high as you did. But
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, but cool.
Yep, that's my number 5. Corinne, number 4.
Number 4 is the Avengers Endgame. Anyway.
So my number 4 is a film that I watched relatively recently, like within the last year. You guys might remember me talking about it. My number 4 is The Green Mile.
You think if a man sincerely repents on what he done wrong, that he might get to go back to the time that was happiest for him and live there forever? Would that be what heaven's like?
I just about believe that very thing.
John Coffey, you have been condemned to die in the electric chair by a jury of your peers, sentence imposed by a judge in good standing in this state. Questions?
Do you leave the light on after bedtime?
I know violent men. I deal with them day in and day out.
There doesn't seem to be any real violence in him.
Until he kills a couple of little girls. John Coffey is a murderer.
I don't think he did it at all.
Take my hand, both. You see for yourself.
You're talking about a miracle.
I do not see God putting a gift like that in the hands of a man who would kill a child.
I dreamed of you. We found each other in the dark.
Like he dropped out of the sky.
Miracles are funny things. You never know when they're going to happen. And when they happen in a place like this, that's the most unbelievable miracle of all. This is the story of a miracle that happened here where I work, on the Green Mile.
My number 4 is The Green Mile.
Hey!
There we go.
What is happening?
Frank Darabont's really good at making movies.
Yeah.
Stephen King movies he's really good at.
Yeah, it's long, but it doesn't feel like it. This movie earned its length more than The Godfather did.
No.
Shots fired.
The Godfather.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I
God, that
actually
movie's so
agree with
boring.
that.
It's
Yeah.
a beautiful movie.
Partially.
And It's so well made.
Yeah. Everybody gives great performances, and like I said, even though it's long, like the pacing keeps you engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
film
not
that I
too
didn't.
slow.
It's a film that I didn't see for the first time until I started doing this podcast, and I love it. And I need to rewatch it again. Maybe it would have made my list, but it's really great. I love and miss Michael Clark Duncan every damn day.
Yeah.
because of
He's
because
so
of that
good.
film and because of so many other films. Like he's usually the best part of any film you put him in.
It's probably my favorite Stephen King adaptation.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's a really well-written movie with a great, heartwarming, heartbreaking story that's actually kind of important, that, like, has something to say in a way that... Like, Shawshank Redemption has something to say, but it's not, like, a thing that honestly matters in my life every day. You know, that movie is more about, like, hey, maybe we should pay attention to how we incarcerate people and decide to kill people. Which, you know, Green Mile does too, but
I
as
like
far
that
as
there's
like,
like
the
a kind
interpersonal
of a
stuff there.
fantastical element to it,
Yeah,
where there's
for
none
sure.
in Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
And it kind of keeps you like, what is this? Is this like a alien, angel, magic? What's going on? And they never really explain it, which is kind of nice, actually.
Yeah.
The wraparound in Green Mile is some of my favorite things I've seen in the past 5 years in terms of like how you handle old age and regret on film.
Oh yeah.
It's stuff that I look at when I'm trying to figure out a story in my head now. So yeah,
it's super good.
Like I said, I should have rewatched it earlier this week.
Yeah,
but
Mr. Jingles.
Oh man,
I'm tired, but mostly I'm just tired of people.
Another
not
appearance
moving
by
on.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, he's an asshole in that movie too.
Yeah,
he's really good at that.
He's really
you ever
good.
noticed that?
He's not an asshole in Galaxy Quest. Oh no, sorry.
He's
Yeah,
snarky.
yeah. No, he's not an asshole.
No, he's just
Yeah.
an attention, desperate for attention.
Yeah. Yeah. But cool. Good pick,
Brad.
My number 4? 4, yes. 4 is a repeat. It's Dogma.
Cool. It's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a
very
great
smart movie. Great performances. I miss Kevin Smith having something strong to say.
Yeah.
Hopefully Jay and Silent Bob reboot will do something about that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Dogma's great. So,
yeah.
Zach?
My number 4 is a repeat. It's South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Hey, that's my number 4 as well.
Woohoo! Man.
A lot.
Yeah.
a lot of crossover in this episode.
There is.
Yeah. No, this was a holy grail for me as a kid because my parents explicitly told me you can't watch South Park when I was younger, and they were right to do that.
Yeah,
but I was a shithead kid, and so when I finally ended up watching this film, I think I watched it 10 times in a single week. because it's short and you can get away with that when you put it on your Zune/iPod video, whatever you've got.
Wow.
I did have one of those, yeah.
You watched this movie for the first time on your Zoom?
No, I watched it on a DVD, like a portable DVD player.
Okay.
But like I then ripped it onto and put it on my Zune player.
Man, 1999, everybody. Well,
Yeah.
not even, but
not even for me. No.
2004, probably, but
Yeah.
still.
He's the one guy in Colorado who owned a Zune.
Yeah, because it was affordable. Damn it. I think this is one of the most brilliant animated films ever made that isn't done by Disney. I think Trey Parker and Matt Stone did a good thing by addressing the stupid criticism that they received for their show when it came on the air at the time, and wrote a very thoughtful and intelligent film about a certain group of people who aren't really paying attention to their children, even though they say they're paying attention to their children. And in addition to that, had a great premise in which to transplant the South Park characters into a larger scale story. The relationship between Satan and Saddam is very interesting and sad to watch because it's an abusive relationship that Satan needs to get out of. And I liked Kenny's saga of redeeming himself and getting to go up to heaven where all the boobs are. Actually, like the music's brilliant. The adventure of Stan trying to find the clitoris is still hilarious, and then it turns out to be an actual object in the woods. I think this is one of Isaac Hayes' greatest performance in terms of his involvement with the show, when he has that line about the Emancipation Proclamation, and the whole clitoris thing. It's a very fun, entertaining flick that I think still holds up. I love that soundtrack from not just the original music, but also the DVD songs that are in it. And South Park, bigger or longer and uncut.
Man, South Park has changed a lot in 22 years.
Yeah.
Like Chef, Satan, Saddam, those are characters you do not see anymore.
Yeah.
Except for Satan was in the last season.
Well, half of them are dead.
Yeah. There's
Satan, two-thirds of them are dead.
Oh, and George Clooney's role as the doctor who puts a baked potato in Kenny's chest in place of his heart. That is really funny when he goes, "Damn it, it never gets any easier," and then he just gets up and whistles and walks away.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway, yeah.
James?
My number 4 was The Green Mile.
My number 3 is also a repeat. My number 3 is Magnolia.
Oh.
And I've always liked this film.
Wait. These are 4s. Your number 4 is South Park.
South Park, sorry. Number 3. I'm tired.
For himself.
No, you're good. Hey,
Never in this year's Filmsplosion we've gone out of order.
I thought maybe you were changing direction. We're gonna go back the other way.
Yep. I'm tired of getting.
It's funny. Corinne keeps getting skipped too because they're getting so many repeats, and it's like, Corinne, start us over again.
My number 3 is probably Vin Diesel's best movie. My number 3 is The Iron Giant.
Two nights ago, a SATCOM radar detected an unidentified object entering Earth's atmosphere.
Invaders from Mars.
Some assumed it was a large meteor or a downed satellite. This is no meteor, gentlemen. This is something much more dangerous.
So, I guess you're not gonna hurt me, huh? This is unbelievable. This is the greatest discovery since television or something.
Hey, big metal guy! I got food here for you!
My own giant robot. I am now the luckiest kid in America.
All systems go! Blast off!
Hey there, Scout. Kent Mansley. I work for the government. Now, why would you tell your mom about a giant robot?
Mom! Little privacy!
Sorry. What are you talking about?
Where's the giant?
For some reason, the army is in our front yard, Mr. Mansley.
We must stop it at all costs. Go to Code Red. Repeat, Code Red.
We've got to help it. Hogarth, no! We gotta hide.
Hey, stop! There's a kid in his hand!
You can't protect him, Hogarth.
Warner Brothers Family Entertainment presents the story of a young boy
Look out for the boss!
and a giant from another world
You can fly?
who became a hero on this one.
You can fly!
The Iron Giant.
Ryan, it's okay. You don't have to hit her.
No, it's all right.
Screw Fast and the Furious.
Ryan, put down the Rock.
But
I mean, it'd be better if The Rock was that voice of the Iron Giant, but
I'm not counting the Avengers movies.
But have you seen the Riddick trilogy?
No. That's
wait, there's
stupid.
3 of them?
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Remember?
Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick, and then just Riddick.
Oh, that's right.
Remember?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I blocked Riddick out of my mind.
Which
Who's
one?
listening to that one?
It was probably for the best, and we ruined it.
The one where he tells the lesbian that just needs a good deep dick in.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, that's right. Oh
Yeah.
fuck that movie.
Can we forget about those?
Anyways, back to an actual great movie.
Yeah, the Iron Giant is fucking awesome. Unlike all those other movies y'all were talking about.
I'm really sad now.
Oh
So
my
confrontational.
gosh. That when he says Superman there at the end. It's so sad, you guys. No, this movie has this is the standard bearer for all of those boy and a robot movies. Anytime I see those Transformers or whatever, it's no, Iron Giant did it better.
Yeah.
So
She could have an
I
asthma
haven't-
attack.
He's playing
haven't
one
seen
of
it in a
those
long
endless
time.
run games.
Sounds like the dinosaur that Ellie looks at in Jurassic Park.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's still really good.
I need to watch it again.
I think the reveal of the robot is really good,
Yeah.
really well done, because it's just looking around for it, and there's footprints or something. I don't remember. But the thing at the end where he's putting himself back together, that's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good film.
And I'm surprised it's not on your list.
I found it very on the nose when I saw it as a kid. So I walked out of it being like, man, there sure were a lot of obvious politics in that movie, and I was 10. So I own it. I need to watch it again. I know it's great.
That's another one for the poster thing I'm doing.
But
Yeah, when you got all excited earlier, right before I did the Matrix, and you were like, "Oh, is it going to be?" And
oh no, I thought
that's what you were
I
getting
thought it was
excited
Xenon
about.
Girl of the 21st Century. I mean, I think
No.
that's obvious. Yeah.
Damn.
I get excited about Xenon Girl of the 21st Century. But yeah, no, Iron Giant's great. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not Fast
You
5.
are not a weapon. You are.
It's not
who
even
you
Furious
choose
7.
To be.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Huh? So there it is, Brad.
My number 3 is another repeat. The Fugitive and What Dreams May Come are some of the first grown-up movies that I paid attention to.
Yeah.
Because before that, I'm just watching Independence Day and Men in Black and Star Trek and more sugary movies, I guess. I don't know. My number 3 is The Green Mile.
Yeah.
I remember renting this from Blockbuster and then just I'm gonna watch this because it seemed like it might be good. I missed it in the theater, even though I was going to the theater a bunch and watching movies. And I just sat there at the end going wow, I can't believe I just watched that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What other movies are like this out there? Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Kind of one of those moments that redefines good.
Yeah, I can't believe that was 3 hours.
Yeah.
I want to keep going.
I don't even remember that it is 3 hours. You guys have said that a couple times now, and I'm like,
it might actually be 2.5.
long?
But if
It's 3.
Man,
Yeah.
I would have. If you had asked me, I would have said it was maybe almost 2.
Actually, I think I remember sitting there and not paying attention to the runtime, and then look at the clock, and be like, "That was 3 hours."
Wow, my goodness,
it's the longest movie I've ever watched ever. That's not true. I watched Gettysburg. That's another one. Gettysburg. That's awesome.
Yeah,
and that's 4 hours.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
cool.
Green
Man.
Mile's great.
It's a great pick. It's a great pick.
Zach?
My number 3 is a repeat. My number 3 is The Matrix.
That's a great movie.
It is.
Side note: Green Mile is 3 hours 9 minutes.
Damn.
My number 3 is The Matrix.
It is? Oh, cool. Let's talk about it. I saw The Matrix the first time, like, I think a year before Reloaded and Revolutions were going to come out, and I wore the fuck out of the DVD. Like, going through the special features, commentaries, everything. It's a film that, I mean, if it weren't for the other two in my list, like, it probably would be number 1 because I do go back to it so often. It's so much so that, like, it made me, like, when I first saw the sequels, like, I wasn't disappointed by them right away. That didn't come from me till later because I was so young, and then I now have a better reappreciation for at least Reloaded. But I think it's a wonderful, interesting world that the Wachowskis created.
Yes.
I think Keanu's fantastic in the film. I think this is Hugo Weaving at possibly his finest. If it's not
my household name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I like him in other things, and I still love him in V for Vendetta. But this is a series of films, and this one especially, where he has a lot to chew on, and he does it really well.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Pants has some great moments in this film.
My phone call.
Yeah.
Joey Pants.
How about I give you the finger? I know my rights. You can't scare me with this Gestapo crap. And it's a slew of actors that are just great. There's fun moments in it, like, believe it or not, you piece of shit, you're still gonna burn.
Someone should cut the Dark Knight Joker scene where he wants his phone call, and then the Matrix where he wants his phone call.
Ooh, a mashup we've never seen.
I think they'll line up.
They might.
Yeah, and you know, who doesn't love a film that ends with Keanu Reeves flying in the sky, and then you hear "Quit it now," and some Rage Against the Machine plays. It's a fun flick. And the Wachowskis, to me, have always been at the forefront of something that ends up being utilized by every film after it. Much like Speed Racer, kind of premonitions some stuff like that, but Matrix, you know, sets the standard for action films as we know it today. Like whether it's the visual effects that they accomplish or the storytelling that they achieved in that first film, it's still a masterpiece to me in my mind.
Yeah, the movie is absolutely brilliant and remains so even to this day. I think the way that they weave philosophy into that first movie is incredible. I think I told this the first time we did this episode, that when I didn't get to see this movie in theater because it was rated R, and if my parents had known like what it was, they probably would have been okay because I was 12, 13 at the time it came out.
That's about the time that
but I didn't see it until maybe a year later or so, maybe a year and a half later when they showed it on TV, and I watched it downstairs in our basement where like there was a big cathode tube TV down there awkwardly on a shelf, and I stumbled across the movie and stood in front of this TV and watched it in the basement for, you know, whatever, 2 hours, because I was like, I have to finish this. Like, this is incredible. And then I got obsessed with it and watched it every time I could until I finally convinced my parents, like, no, we need to rent this movie and watch it, like, tonight. We all need to watch this movie. This is important. The action scene at the end of this movie, like the whole third act of this movie, is one of the most incredible pieces of action ever on film.
And at the time, very ambitious. And it still feels ambitious when you watch it.
Yeah, it still works really well and is still more impressive than even some of the really crazy stuff that we get today. Also, just as a piece of history at this point, now that you look back and you can say that one of the greatest action films of all time was directed by two transgendered women, is important.
Yep. Very much so.
Yeah, it's a fabulous movie. It is one of those desert island films that I would watch any day of the week, multiple times in a row, and never get bored of because it is just constant art and cool.
And you can feel the Wachowskis' like love of the subject that they're handling in the film, like that.
Yeah.
And that happens with a lot of their films, like more than you'd think.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Speed Racer is full of it too, like I said, but The Matrix is definitely full of just like that influence is permeating through the screen of what they love, getting it on there. And you know, I can't think of another film like ever where I mean, I don't think the question of the reality thing like hit me as hard as other people, but what did hit me was the idea of how they built that world and what it's constructed of. It's because I mean, not just because it permeates into other films, but just like it's a fascinating thing to think about even beyond film. So
it's a movie where like the craft that they put into that movie displays how much they really believe what that movie is trying to say is important.
Yeah,
and it is.
And the scenes when they're in the tunnels, like when they're not in the Matrix, those visually still hold up. If you watch it on the 4K Blu-ray, they still hold up.
Especially considering that theirs are all completely green screen at a time where you couldn't do that.
Yeah. There's very little in that first film that doesn't hold up visually. It's the sequels that have a little trouble with that.
Yeah. Also, it's super dope because there's a time where the one guy shoots the bullets at the dude, and then the other dude is like, "What?" And he bends backwards, and the bullets are like, and he's like, and then he runs over and he jumps into the dude. And then he's like, what? And then he's dead, and you think he's dead, and then he like flexes and shatters.
And then Hugo Weaving turns into a puzzle, and
yeah, man. And then Rage Against the Machine.
Who win it now?
Number 3.
You'll never guess my number 3.
What?
It's a repeat. It's Magnolia.
Oh yeah.
I genuinely forgot
that thing from minutes ago.
No, I like this movie. I like the story it tells. I think the performances are all spot on.
Yeah,
and
especially Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is amazing in this film because his arc is really unique. Because
why don't you go back behind the bleachers and get him pregnant, Ryan?
Wow, Corinne. My goodness.
But I mean, his arc's really cool because he starts off as this self-help kind of scumbag, and he is, and then super
misogynist incel son of a bitch.
Yeah, and then he's destroyed by the end of the film, which is always one of my most favorite scenes with Tom Cruise.
That scene is just
where he's
so good.
Where his dad's dying and he's yelling at his it's
like fuck you.
Yeah, it's so awesome. So yeah, another 3-hour movie that doesn't feel like 3 hours.
And then frogs happen.
Yep.
Music video in the middle of that damn movie.
Yep.
There's a music video in the middle of that movie.
I need to rewatch
and
it.
Then frogs fall from the sky.
It's a good
super
movie.
Weird.
Yep.
It's great.
Yep.
So good.
Yep. Corinne, number 2.
My number 2 needs no introduction. It's Toy Story 2.
Mine too.
Boom.
What an appropriate place for a 2 movie.
Yeah.
So cliche.
I was thinking about this earlier. I like how this movie blends the cowboy 1950s era TV program of like Woody and his background versus the video game with Zurg and the little toy where he's doing all that with Buzz Lightyear. You have the cowboy and the spaceman, and they both got their separate things going on, but they blend together in this beautiful movie. And so
I think what often gets overlooked when we talk about this movie is we talk about Jesse a lot, but a lot of that story is really about Woody finding himself and learning who he is, and us learning that along the way. And those scenes are so wonderful.
And when he paints over Andy's name on the boot, and you're like,
oh yeah, that's so well done.
One of my favorite moments in that film has to be when they're watching the Woody's Roundup show, and it ends on the cliffhanger, and Woody says, "Come on, what's next? Come on, we want to see the last episode." And he's like, "That's it. The show was canceled after that." And I was like,
"Yeah."
I mean,
it's suddenly
it's
so
not
bitter.
like the tearjerker moment, but it's like one of those things of just like something just strikes a chord somewhere somehow. And watching him watch the show and being entertained by it.
And it asks a really interesting, almost philosophical question of what is the purpose and the nature of toys. Are they meant to be played with, or are they meant to be adored from afar?
Now that I
action
think about
figures
it,
and collectibles.
It might be the best villain in a Pixar film, at least up there. I mean, it's certainly one of the best justified villains. Like the Prospector's argument there, and what
I thought
he's
you meant
trying
the
to
human.
do. Yeah, I mean that guy just is doing what he does, but it's the Prospector who hurts Woody, traps him, and forces him to do something different than what he wants to do, right? But his justification for why he's doing it is is very fair.
When you reveal that he's screwing the grate back on.
Yeah.
That shocked me
It's a
and
really
my
good
sister.
twist, yeah.
I couldn't believe
I
it.
don't feel like Zach should get to talk about this movie. He didn't even put it on his
Yeah,
list.
yeah, I don't
Doesn't
even
mean
know.
I don't like it.
I'm not
Doesn't
entirely
mean-
sure you've seen this
I like
film.
Magnolia. It's not on my list either. So.
House on Hot. God damn it!
I have fun with that film.
Yeah, like that moment, that twist moment is fantastic. But also the fact that, like, you know, Woody's the famous popular guy, and the Prospector's the guy that no one ever actually loved.
He has a pickaxe
and
in
never
his
had
butt.
that opportunity because he wasn't cool.
It does bring up a good question of if Woody is this old of a toy, does he remember his owners before Andy?
Sure, buddy.
Right.
Like if he was owned by Andy's dad or something, you know, wouldn't he remember being around back when the show was on?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they
Good
get new
question.
memories every time they get a new owner?
In Toy Story 4,
Doesn't seem like that.
Is there a twisted room where all toys get taken and lobotomized before they're given to new owners?
I don't know.
I was
I mean, the whole Toy Story 3 doesn't seem to indicate that, but
I was actually wondering after Toy Story 5, like, is there or after Toy Story 4, what, like, if they did Toy Story 5, like, they've never addressed, like, I think in 2 they actually do the multiple Buzz Lightyears.
Yeah.
In the store. But obviously there's got to be other Woody dolls out there that he could run into.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe.
no, remember they say he's the most
He's a
rare
collectible.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so if he's
Well,
but if
'cause
he's locked
just
away
because Big Al
forever,
couldn't find him.
Isn't it because he has his hat?
Well, the hat certainly makes him more valuable, but I think part of it is that, you know, he's a fabric doll. He wears out a lot easier than like.
And I mean, if he's
traditional-
from the 50s or 60s, I
And
mean,
he's
he's
popular.
like 30 years old at least.
Yeah.
I
I mean, you might American Pickers might find a real worn out one.
That'd be sweet.
That's the plot of Toy Story 5.
It'd actually be
American Pickers.
Like he comes up, he's twisted. He's got a scar across one eye. He's dirty. Somebody's just sewn like a potato sack to his body because he's lost all of his body. So he's just like a disembodied head, potato sack for a body.
He's desperate to be played with again, so he kidnaps Woody.
He just screams.
Replaces him.
He just screams
It's like
swear words
Muppets
constantly
where
at people.
The Muppets movie Jason Segel where the bad Woody takes his place and it's so bad that
Oh, the Muppets.
that no one knows.
Yeah.
Woody, what happened to you?
He just sits there in the corner growling at people constantly.
There's just me.
Fucking spaceman.
I like the outtakes at the end. They're pretty funny. The one with the Bugs Life characters, and then they
Yeah.
get knocked off the branch.
Yeah, it's really good.
They deleted some of those
I know.
outtakes.
On my 4K, I switched out my old Blu-ray for the one they had in that Steelbook, and I'll put it in my other one.
Wait, why? When did they? What do you mean they deleted?
The Stinky Pete part where he's doing a casting couch with the Barbie dolls.
Oh,
They deleted that from the 4K release.
Ooh,
Yeah,
man,
did not hold
hadn't
up.
thought of that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't remember that one.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brad.
My number 2, my whole summer revolved around this release.
Yeah.
I still appreciate it. I get that it's not great, but the pod race scene is pretty cool.
Some would call it the best.
And that dual lightsaber thing is awesome.
Dual lightsaber thing is awesome.
And
Yeah.
I would watch it in the theater again if I could, because there's some craftsmanship in that movie that's just above and beyond a lot of other things you get. So my number 2 is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
I will not condone a course of action that will lead us to war.
A communications disruption can mean only one thing: invasion.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
Begin landing your troops.
We haven't much time.
The Federation has gone too far.
The death toll is catastrophic.
Our people are dying, Senator. We must do something quickly.
You must contact me.
There is something else behind all this, Your Highness. They will kill you if you stay. I can only protect you.
I can't fight a war for you.
I think we're going to have to accept Federation control for the time being.
This is a battle I do not think that we can win.
I will sign no treaty, Senator.
You said people gonna die?
Once those droids take control of the surface, they will take control of you.
I was not elected to watch my people suffer and die while you discuss this invasion in a committee.
Get to your ships!
They will never get me onto one of those dreadful starships.
Always two there are, a master and an apprentice. Wipe them out. All of them.
Thank you, Brad. I really appreciate it.
Excuse me, Brad. Say the whole title. It's Disney's Star Wars.
This was not Disney's when it came out in 1999.
Disney's Lucasfilms.
Disney's Lucasfilm. Star Wars is Phantom One. The film menace.
Sebulba's Star Wars Episode 1.
Woof.
Yeah, I saw this 12 times in the theater when it came
Yeah.
out. And like I said, all the merch and marketing and standing that was like I think the last time I ever had to stand in line for a movie at Denver West. It was huge.
Yeah.
And it's kind of amazing how
You had to stand in a line? So did I just tell you the story? So there I was.
So I was first in line, and then I get in the theater, and this fucker.
I've been tensing out for days. Yeah, I remember, like, at the Continental, literally, there were people in tents for, like, a
they're
week.
at Denver West, too.
Yeah.
And I beat him in.
Showed them. But yeah, I think there's still a lot of things to enjoy. Like Darth Maul was a super cool villain, and it sucked that he was dispatched by the end of it.
He's not dispatched, though.
In 1999, you feel like he's dispatched.
We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah, like again that pod race scene and that dual lightsaber fight with Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan is just blew my mind. It was just so much fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
Story elements aside. So yeah.
Jar Jar Binks, not that bad. Jake Lloyd, worse.
Mm-hmm.
But Jar Jar Binks, not that bad.
Yeah, it's weird. I've never bothered by that kid's performance because I was like, oh, he's a kid.
What are you doing,
Yeah.
What do I expect from him?
Greatness.
Jar Jar Binks,
Super 8.
Little annoying, but it was also fun to like. So for this video project, we snuck into the Walmart with a camera because we didn't want to buy the Jar Jar Binks like dancing doll, and just filmed them through the packaging.
Yeah.
When I saw it in the theater, like my dad took a second weekend. Like I had fun with it because it was just Star Wars in a theater. But I was 8 at the time, and then as I got older, my disappreciation for it grew. I don't hate it though. Like I can still watch it. Like the worst Star Wars movie is 10 times better than some other bad movies. You know, like it's not unwatchable, but it is a little frustrating. But like there's parts of it I love. I love Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor in the movie. I think they are both really good.
And it's, decidedly not the worst Star Wars movie.
And the one that I saw had Yoda as a puppet.
What
that was
is,
cool,
James?
even though it's a weird looking puppet.
That's definitely not the worst prequel. Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars movie.
I would agree with that.
Ryan and I can at least agree that Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars movie. Do you really think Episode 1 is worse than Attack of the Clones?
Yes.
But can you still watch
that
it?
meandering piece of shit you think is better than Attack of the Clones?
But it's a mystery movie, James. You don't get it.
Oh, with that love story in Attack of the Clones.
Wait.
That's not important. It's a mystery movie.
You would rather watch that awkward love story?
C-3PO in a factory thing is worse than Attack of the Clones.
He's got Buster Keaton like timing.
Remember that? There is not a scene in Phantom Menace as bad as C-3PO stuck in a weird factory thing for no reason.
I stand by my decision.
But like I said, can you still watch Phantom Menace though? Like in terms of like if you're thing? Okay, cool, yeah.
There, when you're saying what's the worst Star Wars film, I would take that over, a lot of other movies.
Yeah.
Hard to get to Hawaii.
Yeah, it's way better than Hard Ticket to Hawaii. I mean, there is no dude blown up by a rocket launcher, but
hooray!
Or a killer
They don't
frisbee.
think it's that bad.
So yeah, it's definitely way high up because of the nostalgia factor. So,
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, that's my number 2.
But not your number 1.
We can actually do this under 3 hours, guys.
Yeah.
Zach? My number 2 is a film that, if it were, again, like my number 1 and my 2 could go back and forth, but my number 2 is a film that I watched like with no other compunction other than that I liked the screenwriters that were involved, and I walked out very, very influenced and surprised and moved. And it's one of the final films by Milos Forman. My number 2 is Man on the Moon.
Hello, I am Andy.
I want to be the biggest star in the world. Your act is like amateur hour.
I'm not like everybody else.
I really like what you did out there. I'm not a comedian. I don't want to go for cheap laughs.
You shark!
What's wrong with this guy?
They detest you. That means we're a success. 40 million people are watching you every week.
Party time for Latka.
Some of us at Saturday Night Live think Andy Kaufman's a comic genius.
Thank you very much.
You just don't respect anything.
You said some pretty inflammatory things.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've always got to be one step ahead of them.
This guy is so obnoxious.
It's good old-fashioned entertainment, George. Is Andy Kaufman crazy? I'm just acting crazy. I'm gonna do it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. I'm a bad person.
You are a complicated person.
You don't know the real me.
There isn't a real you.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Andy Kaufman in the wrestling match. Now, Andy, did you hear about this one? Tell me, are you locked in the pines? Andy, are you goofing on Elvis, baby? Are we losing touch? If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon.
From Milos Forman, Academy Award-winning director of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Amadeus,
You're insane. But you might also be brilliant.
comes the story of the man, the myth, the misunderstanding.
So you just pretend to be an ass.
That's what I'm good at.
This Christmas, Jim Carrey brings the legend to life.
I would like to take this entire audience out for milk and cookies. Follow me!
God damn it.
Man on the Moon is a pretty wonderful film. Did I sweep you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Toy Story fucking 2.
No. Because I'm pretty sure I know what your number 1 is.
That's its working title.
Of course you know what my number 1 is. We've recorded this episode before!
No, Man on the Moon is the true story, quote unquote, of Andy Kaufman, and one of the things that I appreciated is that Scott Alexander and Larry Karaszewski, the writers of Ed Wood and People vs. Larry Flint and lots of fun films, because I'm not going to mention Problem Child all through the series, they managed to write really interesting biopics, and I think this might be somehow even more interesting than Ed Wood in the sense that it's tackling a character where his entire existence is based on not knowing whether or not he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
I think this is one of Jim Carrey's best performances, hands down. I think that the very nature of there being a little bit of revisionist history on Danny DeVito's part producing the film lends itself to the very nature of the story. And I do ultimately feel that it is a interesting film about being a performer and being a showman that takes some interesting and unique angles, and I think that the very end of the film where it reveals that Bob Zamuda, played by Paul Giamatti, is sitting in the audience when they're watching Tony Clifton performing is one of the best oh shit moments that I had in a movie when I saw it in terms of all the films that I was watching at that time. So, and it ties in well to that REM song. That's why they put it as the title of the film. So, yeah, Man on the Moon. It's weird because this is like the second to last Milos Forman movie ever made. Because after this, he does Goya's Ghost, and then he's gone. So, it's a weird.
What did he do? Did he do something between Amadeus and Man on the Moon?
I don't know. I'd have to check. I want to say no though because
that's like 84 to 99, so that's another huge gap in his career.
No, People versus Larry Flint. People versus Larry Flint is Milos. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I've
no.
never seen you so mad, Zach. He's like, People versus Larry Flynn. You did. Fuck you and fuck this podcast.
I wasn't mad. Oh. I need to,
sorry, Zach.
I need to change.
I don't watch shitty biopics.
It's not a shitty biopic. It's a wonderful film with a great performance by Mr. Jim Carrey. Oh, and he finds out that the medicine man's cure at the end,
Mystic
and he just
Pizza?
laughs and then dies. It's pretty. It's
Dude,
pretty
I was thinking about
sad and happy at the same time. Anyway, yeah, Man on the Moon, number 2.
I always know when Zach really likes a movie because he just talks about it for so long, then I forget he's still talking, and then I come back when he gets mad at Brad.
But you had fun looking at your phone, didn't you?
Sure.
Do I ever have fun looking at my phone?
I don't. So,
James?
Toy Story 2, right?
What's up?
Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Mine's also repeat. It's The Matrix. Yeah! Corinne, you're number 1.
You're not going to talk about The Matrix? Okay.
You can't be told what The Matrix is. You have to see for yourself.
I think we all talked about The Matrix already. It's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because somebody brought it up an hour and a half ago.
I don't really care for it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't have nostalgia goggles for it. Unlike my number 1 choice, my nostalgia goggles for this movie are thick.
Okay.
I mean, I was
THICC thick.
Yeah.
Xenon girl. Johnny.
I mean,
Tsunami.
it is like a science fiction movie
Virus.
with some kids running around. You know?
The Explorers.
No.
That's 85.
I was definitely the target demographic for this movie, and I saw it like 7 or 8 or 9 times, and
Star
had like
Kid.
all the toys. My number 1 is The Phantom Menace.
Oh, cool! Wow, man.
Whoa.
I'm so glad Brad had it at number 2. I thought I was gonna have to like flip the table and like flip the bird at y'all and be like, I don't
No.
care. I love this movie.
It's great.
I don't love it. I mean,
That'd be pretty shocking if you did do
It's
that.
fun. It was unbelievably huge at the time.
yeah. I mean, it's a culturally significant movie. It's it means a lot to me personally. So it's definitely got flaws. I'm not saying it doesn't.
Yep,
But
that's
holy
okay.
shit, that fight at the end,
Yeah.
that score.
Yeah.
And like Natalie Portman became a household
Yeah,
name
Natalie
because of that
Portman.
movie, and Keira Knightley, who plays her double.
Has there
That
been
was a fun twist in that movie.
Rose Byrne is in that film.
No, I
Yeah.
think she's in the second one.
Oh.
I think she's her decoy at the beginning or something,
That's right.
or
that's-
handmaiden
I think
or
she's
something.
Just one of the other. Well,
Maybe. I know she's in the second one. I don't know about the first.
Yeah, Keira Knightley's the first double. Yeah, you
Right.
said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Has
I mean,
there been
I
a-
like the world building, and I mean, yeah, parts of it are kind of boring. But I mean, I was 8 years old and I didn't care. So
Has there been a better lightsaber battle since then? Because
I mean, I like Rey and Kylo in 7, but that's
Well, yeah,
me.
that has way more emotional
And I mean,
weight to it.
Yeah.
This one is more of.
I don't know if
we're
you
all
would count the one with the
badasses.
Praetorian Guard, since they're technically not lightsabers, but they do have.
Yeah, that
kyber
lightsaber
crystals,
battle was pretty
so-
sweet.
Mm-hmm. The Last Jedi.
Last
one?
Jedi, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that lightsaber fight is so good.
He's chopping down.
John
pieces.
Williams
the
has
snow fight is
consistently
really good, but yeah.
been the best thing about Star Wars in the whole saga. Okay, maybe the most consistently good thing in the whole saga.
The amount of hope, ironically, that we had coming out of that movie is actually pretty incredible because when you come out of the Duel of the Fates and you're like, holy shit, Star Wars can be like that? Like, what kind of fight scenes could we have in the future? And then we get the lava fight.
I'm sending you to Mustafar.
I can defend the Phantom Menace much more easily than I can defend Attack of the Clones.
Revenge.
I think Revenge has some good stuff going in it.
It's the best prequel.
I agree. Oh my
But
God,
yeah,
Revenge
I think
is so
it gave us a lot of things that we take for granted now, like seeing the Senate, the Republic that we had heard about, the Jedi that we had, and the Council, and if you've seen the Clone Wars series, it makes it all so much better.
There's so much potential.
The ET aliens are in that Senate chamber.
Yep.
All right, now it's the worst.
They're very small. You can't really see.
All right, I'm back in.
So, yeah.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Brad?
So my number one, a long time ago,
In
I went to a
galaxy far,
Starfest.
far away.
No, I already did that one.
He broke the rules and put it at number
made
one
another
and
one
two.
that only he saw in my basement.
My 1 and 2 spots are the same movie. No, a long time ago, I went to a Starfest, and they used to have a really cool merch table where they had like the 27 by 40 posters and buttons. And there was a button that said, "What is the Matrix?" And I was like, "What is the Matrix?" And I took that button, I kept it, and I didn't know. It's like, eventually I'm going to find out what this movie is. And then, The Matrix came out, and I was like, that was interesting. And then, a couple weeks later, my friends wanted to see it again, so I saw it again. I was like, something's going on in this movie. And then I think 2 or 3 more times, I was like, this movie's badass.
Yeah.
It's like the Matrix, or that Morpheus was trying to find you. That's why he put the button there at Starfest.
Yeah,
there you go. That was your white rabbit.
But if you had told me in early 1999 what was going to be the most important movie of that year, Star Wars or The Matrix, I would not have picked The Matrix. It's
Both
pretty
of them
impressive.
were very important, though.
They're important, but like the Matrix was a game changer.
Yeah.
For making movies and special effects. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. Like,
I think that's the only movie that's on everyone's list.
That movie, so many movies borrowed from that movie in the next 10 years is pretty disgusting.
Yeah, man. Shrek.
Blade 2.
Yeah.
And it just
So much
ushered in a
leather.
whole new kind of movie.
Mhm.
So The Matrix has a very important part in history, and that's why it's on my number one spot for 1999.
Yeah, it's really good. Even people should revisit the sequels and just watch it for the elements at play, and not necessarily for the way they're assembled.
Yep.
Because there's so many cool ideas and cool intentions in those sequels. And if you just kind of
intentions,
no, that's what I'm saying.
That don't seem to pay off.
And every time an action scene comes up, you should just squint at the TV. If you just squint, it might look okay. But yeah,
and I think they are working on another Matrix movie with the Wachowskis, but
cool, do it.
They had 3 bites of the apple, kind of junked up 2 of them. I would, I think it's a universe that they that has other characters.
What about the Animatrix?
I don't remember that so well, but like overall, it's a Star Wars. It's like a robust Star Wars universe that you could tell other stories in it without going back to like Morpheus and Neo and Trinity. And I think they should probably it would be cool to see another director maybe tackle that.
Oh, totally, yeah. Last Flight of the Osiris is really awesome.
It's a really good show, yeah.
And probably the way that Reloaded should have started. So,
Zach,
cool. Good pick. Zach, you're number one.
My number one is a repeat. It's The Mummy.
Wow.
Yeah. This list has been very nostalgic for me because this year happened to have a lot of films that I have fun with, and The Mummy.
But not Toy Story 2.
That's in my head.
So I grew up with The Mummy being a constant rewatch in the house.
Totally.
My sister and I really love that movie. It means a lot to both of us. It's one of the things we bond over as brother and sister is Brendan Fraser's heroics. the Evie character, the Benny character, making fun of Benny. I think for me personally, The Mummy is one of those things that further encouraged my love of the Universal monster movies, because I watched them prior to watching this version of The Mummy. For some reason, like, it just kind of helped me keep going and rewatching these films, to the point where, like, you know, when that box set came out, I eagerly bought it, knowing I probably didn't have enough money, because I love those films a lot. And The Mummy does have a lot to do with that. It's a fun adventure film. I'm not one way or another on Stephen Sommers, but
I'm one way on him.
So, because he's a director that I wish would be doing more right now. And I don't think the G.I. Joe movie he did was bad at all.
Nope.
I don't think it's good, but I don't think it's bad.
It is neither good nor bad.
Yeah, it's somewhere there. But I think what The Mummy does more than anything is that it really just is a fun time, and it's a movie that I look to when I think of, like, what can I do to make something fun, or what's the idea of fun for me? And for me, the idea of fun is watching a silly movie about a mummy curse and then watching Brendan Fraser have to solve that mystery. And I really love Brendan Fraser. Like, he's an actor that there are films of his that are baffling favorites of mine. Like, I like Looney Tunes Back in Action. I think it's a fun film. I like Airheads. I like Encino Man. Like, he's an actor that I do like watching and, like, thinking about, and I wish that he would do more. Again, he's not like somebody that, like, blows my mind in terms of an intelligence scale, but he's an actor that I really solidly love watching, and he's great in this movie. Mm-hmm. He's wonderful in the second film, and he's the only part of the third film that's even remotely worth watching. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, The Mummy. And the CGI doesn't hold up, obviously, but I still like the look of The Mummy.
I think a lot of it holds up well enough.
Yeah.
Better than the Scorpion King.
In the second movie, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And one of my favorite lines in the whole movie, hands down, is Benny's on one side of the river going like, "Hey, O'Connell, it looks to me like I've got all the horses. Hey, Benny, looks to me like you're on the wrong side of the river."
Yeah, super good.
So yeah, The Mummy means a lot to me. If I were gonna be, like, you know, picking quality over enjoyment, I probably would have put Man on the Moon, but I really love The Mummy.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Yeah.
Quick sequel pitch. The sequel to The Mummy should have been Brendan Fraser and team find themselves on the island from the end of Deep Rising and have to fight the weird thing in the trees.
That is a great fucking idea.
That's what they should have done. Man.
Even though I have not seen Deep Rising, but I've seen
Deep
clips of
Rising
Deep Rising. I haven't seen the whole thing.
Up.
It's fun.
Who put out the Blu-ray?
Kino Lorber.
I showed Deep Rising to Brooks. She thought it was a really fun time.
That's the best way you can describe Deep Rising.
Yes.
It's ridiculous, but it's fun.
When we would pause the movie for, like, popcorn or bathroom breaks, she was in a hurry and wanted to finish the movie because she was enjoying it quite a bit. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I would not... I, like, threw it into a stack as a joke, and she looked at it and was like, we should watch this. This sounds cool. And I was like, cool is an aggressive term, but it's great.
So I've only seen, like, clips and bits of it, but I've never seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
Would I like it if I really liked The Mummy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna have to check it out then.
Yeah. It will make you a Stephen Sommers fan.
Okay.
You'll watch that movie and be like, oh yeah, this guy was a genius. We should have given him more movies.
See, yeah, the fact that I
Never
haven't
heard
seen
of
it
it.
does make me feel kind of like a jerk, but it's just one that I haven't watched for whatever reason yet.
Oh, it's a terrible movie. It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But The Mummy, pretty perfect for me at least.
It's great. My number one. My number one is still October Sky.
It's the radio signal transmitted by the Soviet Sputnik as it traverses the October sky.
Did you see Sputnik over the other night? Anywhere in the world, someone could look up and see exactly what I saw.
To everyone else, it was just a light in the sky.
Let them have outer space. We got rock and roll.
But to Homer Hickam, it was the future.
Sputnik is a milestone in history.
And just maybe a way out.
College scholarships for winning a science fair? I'm going to build a rocket.
You better take an interest in your own town.
Just don't blow yourself up.
Nah, Hey, should we get behind something?
What do you want to know about rockets?
Everything.
A lucky one will get out on a football scholarship.
How about I believe in the unlucky ones?
You better have a talk with your son, Elsie. He's out of control.
Would you please sign my newspaper?
H-O-M. This is great, Miss Riley. I learn everything.
He's headed for the mine. You ought to thank the good Lord that you didn't kill anybody.
Things are bad at the mine. Your daddy's stuck in the middle.
Well, you put all this nonsense behind you, Homer.
It isn't nonsense.
Sure was exciting watching your rockets go up.
I know I'm gonna be a miner. I've known my entire life. I have no choice.
As long as you are alive on this planet, you have a choice.
From the producer of Field of Dreams, a Joe Johnston film,
Coal mine's your life. It's not mine.
Universal Pictures presents the true story of a boy who risked everything for a dream.
You want to get out of here so bad, then go. Go!
Yeah, I'll go. I won't even look back.
Sometimes you just can't listen to what anybody else says. You just gotta listen inside.
This spring, turn your eyes to the sky and watch what happens when everything you believe in soars.
I think we got a chance.
October Sky.
Which is a really great way to make sure no one sweeps me.
But will he get out of that mining town?
I told this on the last one, but my friend Brandon and I used to always make fun of the poster and the box art for it because their mouths are agape and they're looking up to the sky.
Laura Dern's looking at that moon.
Yep. And she's just waiting for
that
a
October
big rocket
sky
to go into her mouth.
Oh, my God.
I remember seeing that at Blockbuster all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Never saw it.
That was a classic
movie.
You should have.
So, Mysterio and Norman Osborn are in this movie.
They are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the best Joe Johnston film. I think.
Captain America: First Avenger.
Yeah, it's the best Joe Johnston film. Because there isn't a fourth act, and all of the acts in the film are cohesive and make sense together.
The Rocketeer.
This is the best Joe Johnston film. I love The Rocketeer, but I will stand by. Look, the guy's only made like 8 actual movies, and half of them are garbage.
Jurassic Park 3.
No, yeah. October Sky is the best.
Guys, be careful. He might start following us.
Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
Oh, God. That one hurts. Man. Anyway, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal's performance is amazing. Chris Cooper's performance is amazing. It's a really wonderful, heartwarming story.
His Wolfman's pretty good.
Yeah, actually, it's true.
Actually, yeah.
Emily Blunt's in it.
He's had a rough go.
Yeah, he's had a rough go.
Really, Brian?
People keep giving
Honey, I
him-
Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is great. October Sky is the best Joe Johnston film. Like, did you get that? So yeah. Anyway, it's really wonderful. Great story about some kids who uplift themselves with their education out of being stuck working for the company. So yeah, really, really good.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
Ryan, you're number one.
We've already talked about it. It's Toy Story 2. That's not changed.
Man, what a great choice for a number one.
Yeah. I mean, it deserves to be on everybody's list.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think it was.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I really like
for those of you listening at home, Ryan has been distracted because his son just dumped a bunch of water all over Zach's stuff.
But Toy Story 2...
I don't think you dumped any of my stuff.
No.
Yeah.
We're good. It's the one
Coming back for round 2.
To me, you mentioned it before, it's where Pixar became animation studio and put out good films, where they started transcending the industry, where now you expect it from Pixar to not only produce great films, but to have some emotional weight to them. And, this is one of the earliest films I can remember actually crying in.
Yeah.
And, in the theater at the time when you're a senior in high school, you're like, I'm not crying. Fuck you guys. I can't wait to get out here and go watch Phantom Menace.
I'm going to lift some weights.
Yeah.
Lift weights and watch Phantom Menace.
I forget. So Toy Story was their first one. Then A Bug's Life.
Toy Story 2.
Oh, okay. So this was their third.
Which is amazing to think that this was supposed to be a direct-to-video for them.
Yeah, and it's just everybody on top of their game, and each Toy Story ups the ante a lot, and it's a remarkable series, and this one is a great film, and even the advancement when you watch the first Toy Story in their animation and design, it is second to none. Because when you watch the first Toy Story, Sid looks a little weird.
Yeah. Overall, like I recently rewatched 1 and 2, and graphically the leap between those and 3, you just don't remember it being so simple.
Yeah.
And like, not say poorly rendered, but just like.
But no, it's what it really is.
It looked realistic when you first saw it, but now it's like kind of silly.
It's the lighting. I think the lighting in the films have gotten so good,
and the texturing.
Callan brought up in Toy Story 4 the rain scene. I mean, they do elements, where you see the raindrops falling on them and being absorbed into the clothes, and
just look at the difference between the beginning of Ratatouille versus Sid's dog.
Yeah,
like the way hair changes is Sid's dog looks like a rubber toy.
His name's Scud.
Yeah.
You know what else I forgot to mention on Toy Story 4 is it's the first Toy Story that doesn't start with like an imagination sequence.
Yeah.
Which I missed.
Yeah. But Toy Story 2 is an amazing film, and it should be on everybody's list. And if it's not on your list, you're stupid.
Wow, that's me.
Well, it's on my
Stupid
list,
Eastman.
so
yeah.
Oh wait, no, my name is fucking Eastman.
Yeah. So thanks for listening again to Filmsplosion.
Do we have any people who wrote in?
We do.
Oh, we do.
We got some
my
people.
My mom squeezed an email in here at the very last minute. Okay. This one's in a Word doc, so it's a little harder for me to read. Okay. Hello, real nerds.
Hi,
oh
Carol.
my. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness! I can't believe I'm even talking to you guys after making me play that awful game in the 400th episode. I knew you were going to make me talk, and I was prepared to just say, "This is Carol Hart, and you're listening to the Real Nerds Podcast." Done. This is going to be a really lame list. I just saw last night that you were doing a Filmsplosion this weekend. Thought you would be doing it tomorrow or Sunday. Just happened to text James about the movie Armstrong to the Moon and Back, and asked if he was going to be doing the podcast. He's been a little distracted for a few weeks. The truth is, I don't know. The truth is that I don't know, or that I don't have any excuse for not having a good list ready. I told myself that I would go ahead and do 1999 right after 1989, but I have a life.
No, that's exactly what I did, Carol. I'm already working on 2009 too.
Carol's smarter than all of us.
So here we go. Number 10, The Mummy. This probably made it because I haven't seen The Sixth Sense or something better.
Oh,
it's okay.
It's not on anybody's list.
No.
Nobody likes
that's
them.
That was the
because
first
that movie's
PG.
good once.
That was the first PG-13 movie I ever saw.
I haven't rewatched it in a while, so.
Man.
And of course, now every time I think of it, I think of 50 First Dates.
That is a great gag in 51st Dates.
Yeah, it is.
Number 9, Never Been Kissed, Sweet and Goofy. Number 8, Notting Hill, which got kicked off of my list.
That's what I was
I
wondering.
haven't seen that movie in a long time, so I
Yeah.
didn't feel like I should put it on.
The best romantic comedy of the year, as far as I know. We love Spike and his t-shirts. Number 7, October Sky, family favorite. Number 6, I'm gonna editorialize this one a little bit. Number 6, the greatest film and personal masterpiece of David Lynch, The Straight Story. Then my mom puts in here, tell him, James. Yeah, The Straight Story is really great and the best film that David Lynch has ever made.
I hear Henry crying.
Your argument's weak because it wasn't on your list.
It might be. Here's the thing. It's the best film David Lynch has ever made, and it's not as good as any of the things on my list. Number 5, Double Jeopardy. This was such a surprise. The best way to see a movie is not knowing anything about it.
Did you know that film had Oscar buzz?
Really?
That's strange to think of, but it did.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, it's a really good, mystery cop sort of
with a ridiculous premise at its heart.
Yeah, but
it's okay.
Once you get through that, it's a really cool little movie.
Agreed.
Toy Story 2 plus if they didn't spoil it in the trailer and you went into that movie not knowing the twist,
Yeah.
it is an incredible, and that's why she puts it on there. They went into the movie knowing nothing, and so when the twist happens, which is pretty early on, it was like a earth-shatteringly cool moment.
Yeah, I agree.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out.
Okay,
Don't
yeah,
ruin it.
It's
a crime movie of the 90s.
You should go into that movie assuming that it's The Fugitive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a good way to do it.
It's The Fugitive with a woman. So, and then you should see it.
Is that the one with Angelina Jolie or something?
Nope.
Okay, I don't know what I was thinking of
Yep.
then.
I'm not going to say anything else. You should see Double Jeopardy. It's cool.
Okay.
Number 4, Toy Story 2.
Fuck yeah.
Yep. Literally, that's all it says. Is, yep. Number 3, Star Wars Episode 1. Well, it was exciting to have Star Wars back. So many things to pull it down from there. So many things that pull
Carol,
it down
it's
from
okay.
there. Anyway.
But 3.
I honestly
Number 2,
wonder.
yeah, 3.
Like, can we start making liking the prequels cool again? Because I'm
Hold
tired
on.
of all this prequel hate.
Hey,
I think there's a generation of kids that are going to make it cool again in like 10 years.
It's not about necessarily hating them. The most important thing right now is that we make liking Star Wars cool again.
Yes.
Because that's been the hardest part. So, number 2, The Matrix. What can I say? It was so new, so
Yep,
crazy
me and Carol
fun.
agree. Number 2.
Yeah. And number 1, The Green Mile.
Yeah.
Amazing. So there you have it. The best I could do at the last minute. And I do mean last minute. I just checked with James to see if you were still recording. Not that it would be terrible loss if you didn't, if you got this email too late. Off to see Toy Story 4.
You're a good champion today, sir.
What?
He said he was going to say something nice, and he said, your mom's a good champion today.
Aww. Man.
She's seeing Toy Story for the first time?
Yeah, she's off to see Toy Story 4. Love you all, Carol.
Good list, Carol.
Still haven't seen it.
I've got.
That's okay.
I haven't either.
I've got 2 lists. One from
Hey, Henry.
our
Did Henry
one from
write
our
it?
friend Matt Willix from the Static Creeps podcast.
Cool.
His in no particular order. Boondock Saints, which I guess did come out. I did.
It did.
I do remember
It did. Okay.
seeing that.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
list.
that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit Rock City, which is a fun flick.
My wife loves that. My wife loves Kiss, so she
Yeah.
likes that movie.
It's a fun
yeah.
flick if you like, even if you remotely like Kiss, like it can be fun. It's kind of like Fanboys for that, for rock and roll.
Yeah.
Dogma, Drop Dead Gorgeous, which is a very good film, but I haven't watched it in a long time. Ghost Dog, another good film. House on Haunted Hill remake. So hey, I've got a friend in Matt. The Matrix, The Mummy, Office Space, and Toy Story 2. So Matt's better than me because he put Toy Story 2 on the list.
Yeah, it's almost like there was room for
pretty
both.
much everybody's better than you, Zach.
Corinne!
What did you
My
say?
goodness!
I said everyone's better than you.
Oh, that's an undisputed fact of life, my friend.
Oh, Zach.
It's okay. And he wanted to do an honorable mention for Sleepy Hollow and The 13th Warrior, which I haven't seen 13th Warrior. Sleepy Hollow, though, that's a fun.
13th Warrior, is that like a Chinese film?
No, Antonio Banderas fighting witches.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually pretty dope.
Antonio Banderas is always dope.
And then I have Henry's top 5.
All right, Henry.
But not his top 10. He only did a top 5. His number 5 was Summer of Sam, which is a Spike Lee movie that I like, but I haven't seen in a while. That's why I didn't put it on my list. Analyze This, which I have never seen.
Oh, you should.
I know. I probably will like it based on the premise. The Virgin Suicides. That's a good film.
Right.
Blast from the Past, another good Brendan Fraser movie.
Yeah.
Man,
and good year for him.
And his number 1 is Fight Club, which I haven't watched in a while, so I could not tell you if it still holds up for me.
It's the Scarface of 1999.
It's the Fincher film I watched the least.
Yeah.
I watched Gone Girl more than I've watched Fight Club.
It's the Sixth Sense of Fincher films.
Okay.
It's all about the twist. You watch it once, and then when you watch it the second time, you go,
The Fight Club to me is a lot like The Big Lebowski, where everybody loves it.
Ooh,
and
that's harsh.
Man, that's mean.
Yeah.
Everybody really likes it, and I go, yeah, the movie's good.
But The Big Lebowski is good and fun, whereas Fight Club and The Sixth Sense are good the first time, and then once you know the twist, you watch it again and go, oh.
I think the good Sixth Sense, if I remember Sixth Sense correctly, it's more fun than Fight Club. Fight Club's just angry but good.
Yeah. And I think
I
it's
can't
a
watch
very-
Fight Club anymore because he's extremely angry.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, if I'm dating a guy and he's like, "Yeah, my favorite movies, Boondock Saints or Fight Club," I'm just like, "All right, deal breaker."
Red flag.
It's a moment where you realize you were never dating that guy.
No, not gonna lie, I did go out with a guy and we were talking about our favorite movies, and he said something to the effect of how he had never seen a movie before like 1980, and I'm like, "Yep, we're never going out again."
How do you live?
I know, right? I'm like,
that makes absolutely
you're missing out on so much.
Jaws, Star Wars.
I mean, I'm thinking like Casablanca, but
Oh,
okay.
I agree. I was trying to pick the easiest, lowest hanging fruit.
We have also got some more lists.
Cool.
Ed Voorhees, American Beauty. I just watched it. The
Ooh, that's
movie-
weird to watch now.
The movie has really changed since I last watched it 20 years ago. Yeah. I remember liking it when I saw it, but it didn't stick with me, and it definitely doesn't stick with me now.
That was the one that won the Oscar that year, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a really depressing version of like the feather scene from the end of Forrest Gump. And then now it's a really depressing version of the feather scene from the end of Forrest Gump.
And then I had one more list here, but Rad, do you have any lists?
Did we get one from Henry?
Oh wait, I got one. No, I already did Henry's. He did
okay.
a top 5.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I was doing. My friend Tim, who I worked with at the movie theater, his top 10 in ascending order: number 10, American Beauty; number 9, Galaxy Quest; number 8, Arlington Road; number 7, South Park: Bigger, Longer, and Uncut; number 6, Varsity Blues, which I've never seen, but that's a name I keep seeing pop up.
Is that 99?
Yeah, it's 99. The Matrix, number 5. Number 4, Dogma. Number 3, The Thomas Crown Affair, which is a decent remake. Number 2, Fight Club. And number 1, The Green Mile. And then my friend Jenny Kirstad said that Man on the Moon was one of her top 5 films. So, yeah.
Ever or of the year?
One of her top 5 films. She didn't say of the year or any of them, so I'm just quoting what she said.
Okay.
I would want to draw attention to two things. One is that unfortunately I had to kick the Hurricane off of my list in order to get the Mummy and Mystery Men on there, and the Hurricane is fantastic.
Yep,
so
the
people should
Hurricane
check
is
it out.
really good.
Nobody put in. Well, nobody ever talks about The Insider, but Insider's really good.
I'm Mike fucking Wallace.
Also, Wild Wild West is an absolute piece of shit, but it came out this year, and I think I may have seen it twice for some reason.
That was another one we watched a lot as a kid.
I got a pair of sunglasses from the Burger King that were Wild Wild West themed, and I thought they were super dope, and then I saw the movie.
Ryan, you're weird like me and have listened to all the South Park commentaries, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember when they were talking about how it's highly possible that all the kids just bought tickets to Wild Wild West and then snuck into South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut?
I hope so.
Yeah.
That is,
Yeah.
I think that's why in the season 3 opener, the season 4 opener, whatever it is, they have Cartman doing the wiki wow, wiki wow, because they were doing an homage to the fact that Wild Wild West probably led the way for them getting as many viewers as they did on the screen, even though it didn't translate to money.
So interesting omission from Ryan's list. End of Days.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
I just rewatching them. I just reorganized them. It's like 11 or 12. I mean, it's not that. I mean, I do love the line "fucking choir boy."
I think it was like
choir boy to me.
I think it was like your 5th or 6th.
No,
so it dropped pretty far.
It was way at the
9?
bottom, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his list, his top 10 last time started as Deep Blue Sea and then End of Days. And listening to it this time, I think I must have been having like an aneurysm the last time we did that recording. Like,
Yeah.
is he pulling our leg? Is he just listing like pretty shitty but kind of fun movies?
Well, if you know anything about me and my Filmsplosion list, I hardly ever go with critical darlings.
Oh, yeah.
Mine are all about having fun.
Yeah.
And End of Days is a fun movie.
Re-listening to that old episode, you guys kept talking about the 13th floor compared to the Matrix, and I had no idea what the fuck the 13th floor was, so I looked it up.
It's a
and
really boring version of The Matrix.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this film because it's. I mean, this.
You should.
This. It just sounds interesting to me.
The 13th floor is fascinating because it's very similar to a Armageddon Deep Impact kind of thing, where like the actual. On the surface, the mind-blowing, like, oh man, this world isn't our real world premise of The Matrix, the 13th floor eats its lunch except for the fact that no one saw the 13th Floor. Like 13th Floor came out first and had the same idea, but I mean, one of them is an awesome action movie with really coherent philosophy throughout the whole movie and like great craftsmanship, and the other one is the 13th Floor.
Yeah.
And I mean, Gretchen Mol is really good, but you'll never like everything else about it is pretty lame.
Okay.
I have it on DVD.
Any
HD
dishonorable mentions?
No.
I don't want
Do you want to know what the top 5 highest grossing movies of 99 were?
The Matrix,
Nope.
Star Wars.
I know Star Wars
Oh,
is on there.
Yeah, Star Wars is number 1. The Sixth Sense was number 2. Toy Story 2, 3. Austin Powers came in 4. And The Matrix was 5th. Yeah. And the Blair Witch Project
I bet.
was... I remember seeing it being like, huh, that wasn't scary.
Yeah. You know what I love? We've interviewed the director of that, Dan Myrick, and his story about making it, to me, is way more fascinating than the actual film.
Yeah. That video game might be cool though.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for the?
Yeah.
Well,
We'll see.
anyway, yeah.
Any dishonorable mentions for the year?
I don't know if you saw the remake for House on Haunted Hill.
I looked through a list real fast. I didn't see anything that stood out to me.
Muppets in Space is embarrassingly bad. Like, I was 12 and I was disappointed.
Well, I've
by
heard
Muppets
your
in
review of
Space.
it before when you were talking about Muppet Treasure Island. So
Muppet Treasure Island is fucking amazing.
I know.
And
No,
the
that is a
best
good
version
movie.
of Treasure Island.
What about Treasure Planet, James?
Muppet Treasure Island is fucking amazing and the best version of Treasure Island.
James just really doesn't like Treasure Planet.
No, it's not. It's just that Muppet Treasure Island is better. Like, by a lot. I bought the
I was
video
never really
game.
into the Muppets as a kid.
Yeah, I don't remember hating Muppets
Yeah.
in Space, but I haven't watched it in a while. So
There's a scene in the video game where your character in Muppet Treasure Island, the game, gets thrown out of a window and you land in a like a big pile of mud, and then they give you a sponge because your screen is covered in mud, and you have to sponge off the screen. The game's real bad.
dishonorable. I remember not liking Stigmata, but I haven't watched it in a while.
That's a
This is the year they gave us Baby Geniuses.
Oh.
The Baby Geniuses did better business than Blast from the Past, The Iron Giant, Being John Malkovich, Magnolia,
The whole world's going to hell, guys.
Wow.
Bringing Out the Dead, Muppets from Space. Yeah. Election.
That's why there's a sequel to it.
Yeah. 27 million. That was the bar.
Wow.
The World Is Not Enough is okay.
Election is good. I wish I had gotten that on the
That was
list.
on my list
Election was on your
previously.
original list. Yeah.
Any reason why you took it off? Just
I
haven't watched it in a while.
I haven't watched it in a while, and I enjoy other movies more.
Recent elections have really tainted the conversation.
Also, the Matrix was successful with $171 million. Like, that was...
This was the year that American Pie came out, which was a big deal culturally,
Yeah.
but not something I return to very often.
Yeah.
I like Stifler. He's always still funny.
I still think Eugene Levy's funny in those films, but I haven't watched him in a while. So
It's weird that ever thinking about those movies that I don't even know. I mean, we reviewed the fourth one on this show.
That's right.
American Reunion.
Yeah,
I think
like
this year,
I've seen them all.
Yeah.
But I don't even know that I've ever like sat down to watch any of them. But anytime I think of those movies, it causes me it gives me this very bizarre nostalgia for a version of what I thought college would be like when I was like 12. You know, like it's a very weird experience.
They're films that I have a hard time even wanting to revisit.
Yeah.
I think they're fun.
Yeah, I don't know. They're not as funny to me as they probably were. I liked American Reunion a lot when they came out, though.
I barely remember it at all.
I liked Eugene Levy's subplot in that film, trying to move on from his wife's death.
I think that Bowfinger is probably a movie I'm supposed to appreciate a lot more.
Bowfinger
came
came
remember.
so fucking close. I think that's a great film.
Yeah, I just
fun.
haven't seen it in 20 years.
My boy's in it.
The animated King and I came out this year, and that is trash.
Yes.
So, not the live action one with Yul Brynner and Deborah Kerr. The animated piece of garbage.
Yul
But
Brynner was like
also,
the movie star in 1999.
yes.
Yeah.
But also, Anna and the King came out this year, and that's much better.
It's the like that was after the Prince of Egypt, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Prince of Egypt is a masterpiece.
Yes.
It is an underappreciated masterpiece of animation.
It's the DreamWorks. It was like a big DreamWorks film, but then it's the moment before they start switching over to the
Was
computer.
that 98, 97?
Yeah, it's right around there, yeah.
Because then after that they do. Did they do another one before they do Shrek, like the biblical one?
I don't remember.
Oh man,
they did have a Joseph
Wing Commander.
movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wing Commander. I saw that on the list. I have no idea what that is.
Freddie Prinze
That
Jr.
is not the
Let me guess.
computer game with Mark Hamill.
No.
Did
That's
Freddie
the
Prinze Jr. flying
movie.
a plane?
Office Space, sadly, 121st on the list with 10 million. Now a cult classic.
It's okay. It found popularity later on.
Ooh,
Oh,
a
Brendan
movie.
Fraser also did Deadly Do Right that year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. Wow, he did like 4 movies this year.
Yeah, the year before he did George of the Jungle.
A movie I did want to put on my list is The Midsummer Night's Dream that they did this year. God, that's so good.
Kevin Kline.
Kevin Williamson's directorial debut, Teaching Mrs. Tingle, is pretty good, but it's not one I've revisited that often. It's like it's not really I thought it would be a horror flick when I first saw it, but it's more of like a black comedy.
I think The Talented Mr. Ripley is overrated and shitty.
Yep.
That's cool. Clint Eastwood had a film called True Crime. It's okay. It's not great. Moving on.
What do you see next week, guys?
Yeah.
Next week is The Lion King.
Oh, yeah.
Will it roar, or will it
Meow.
be part of the circle of life?
Or will it feel extremely familiar, but pretty?
That's pretty much consensus right now.
Yeah. But we'll see.
I've seen clips on the internet, and oh man, it looks really weird for their. Yeah, it's weird.
Our reactions,
Looks gorgeous.
Our
It's
reactions may surprise you, and I despise surprises. Jeremy Irons.
That's really good.
Yeah. Breakfast cereal.
Yeah, that's great.
That's one of my favorite Family Guy gags is Jeremy Irons' breakfast cereal.
All right. Till next week.
Next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Looks like we may be out of luck. Tomorrow night we're pretty fucked. Why did our mother start this war? What the fuck are they fighting for? When did this song become a marathon? When Canada is dead and poor, there'll be no more Celine
They make your dick in half and serve it to a pig. And though it hurts, you'll laugh and he dies a dickless jig. But that's the way it goes. In war, you're sat upon. Though he dies, love is its stars. Let it shine.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Draft House in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.